Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard. Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the world. I'm invisible. I'm invisible right now. You can't see me. My time is now.
Our new host, John Cena.
Dude, I don't know what the hell is going on here. I think what I'm going to have to do is remove the webcam from the sources and then redo it. So let me go ahead and introduce our co-hosts first and foremost, and then you guys can pick up the conversation here because, you know, I'm invisible. I accidentally took all my clothes off and all my bandages off, so I'm just sitting here naked and invisible. With me, as always, is Ringside First Aid Band-Aid on the leg, Sean. And I'm also joined by Bad Take Bry, the merch guy.
Hello.
And fresh off of his L.A. jaunt, a little bit, maybe still jet-lagged, the legendary one, Larry Legend.
Larry Legend.
All right, talk amongst yourselves.
I'm
Hello,
here.
friends.
I'm queer, and I'm not going anywhere.
Larry, how was fucking the LA trip? How was the LA trip?
Bro, it was brief. It was so brief. Before you knew it, it was over. But during the 24 hours that I was there, we got it in. We got a full show in. We got a little Hollywood tour in with Ron Nimi and the undisputed king of the death, Eric Ryan. Got a little walk through downtown Hollywood, saw some things, ate some food.
Yeah, I saw you were with Ron Nimi and Eric Ryan. Looked like a fucking awesome time.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell y'all something. It all kind of happened by accident, but this was kind of something that used to happen in ICW during my ICW time, because I always get a rental. When I go to a Chattanooga, an Orlando, a Tampa, San Antonio, wherever, I don't want to be relying on Uber, because the one time I was in Indianapolis with ICW, there were no Ubers that were serving Marion County or wherever we were to get us to the airport for our flights.
Right.
You know, and we got close to the nitty gritty before Ron and I called the cab. So I get a rental, and because of that, any other talent that's being flown in and out can kind of coordinate with me, and I can get them to the airport because I'm going to be dropping that rental off from the airport where I land. So I can kind of like be like, hey guys, ride with me. I'll set you free, rather than them, you know, I don't know what they were going to plan to do. I guess they were just going to get to the airport at 11 a.m. when we had to check out of the hotel. You know, I guess they were just going to, you know, go to the airport at 11 and wait for flights. Ron's flight was at 7. Eric Ryan's was at midnight.
Shit.
Shit. Yeah, mine was at 9. Mine was at 9:50 Sunday night. But
So
whatever the case, we're together because we stayed at the same place. I've got a car, you know, so let's fucking, you know, go do our thing. Let's fuck it. We're out in Hollywood. Let's do it, you know? So as much as we could get in, we did. And it actually was pretty an afternoon packed of activity.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. We had a good time. And Ron and I always used to try to have a good time when we would be on tour with ICW. We would try to do things like see the Alamo.
Little touristy.
Yeah, I mean, we're in town. Why the fuck not? A lot of the times.
Fuck yeah.
I'm sorry.
There you are.
I was fixing the camera, Larry. I wasn't paying attention. Could you repeat everything you just said?
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I'm kidding.
Drake,
I'm kidding.
Okay, Drake Younger.
I'm kidding. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you had a great time.
I missed the intros. Do it again.
What did you? What kind of touristy shit did you do? Did you have time to do touristy shit? With
Hollywood
Ron?
Walk of Fame. Hollywood Walk of Fame because Ron wanted to see Mann's Chinese Theater, where they debuted Star Wars in 1977. He's a big old nerd, if y'all don't know, just like me, just like we.
Hey, way to go!
You know, and he wanted to see Mann's Chinese Theater, and of course, to get to that, you walk down the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So there's, you know, Lucille Ball and Vivian Vance and all of the names. And Ron knew a lot of them. I didn't know some of these people, but Ron knew them. And yeah, we did that. And I also took them to one of my favorite spots in all of Los Angeles that I've been put onto, and that's the Grand Central Market. It's an open market in downtown LA, and it's just like a bunch of vendors that sell pizza and donuts and chicken and Mexican, and they got a bar in the middle, and downstairs there's a bazaar. They sell like fanny packs and just a smorgasbord of like, hey, everybody, come here and buy. And there, I met some friends there and showed Ron and Eric Ryan that spot. And then we went and saw the Man's Chinese. And after that, it was pretty much time to, battle through traffic back to LAX, because LA is like, a lot of traffic. Oh, that's another thing. The show was in Pomona, but we were all flying out of LAX. So it kind of just like worked out that, hey, let's kill time in downtown LA, Hollywood area in the meantime, and then we'll go.
Did you eat anything dope?
I'll tell you one thing. I needed to use the bathroom as soon as we parked the car before we went to see Man's Chinese Theater, the world famous. And there was a spot called Andre's New York Style Pizza. Now, y'all all know I lived up there with y'all for 10 fucking years, 10 solid great years. I've been to Famous Ray's when it was still open on 2nd Avenue. I've been to Smiley's on 7th and Park Slope. I've been to all the great pizza spots. Top Banana in the Bronx, wherever. If it's great pizza in New York, I've had it. So I really just needed to use the bathroom, so I didn't even pay attention to the sign, but I got a slice of pizza to use the bathroom. I took the pizza out of the spot, I bit into it, and I was instantly transported to Times Square. Wow. And it was so on point that I went back into the place and I said, yo, this is real New York pizza. And the lady, she was a little Asian lady, I can't tell, but she was like, that's why everyone say. She said everyone say. And I was like, yo, I lived there for 10 years and I want to let you know I really just came in here for the bathroom, but Andre's New York Style Pizza, wherever you start to walk down the Hollywood Walk of Fame, bro, it's real. It's real.
So that's like it's like dollar pizza style, basically.
It's dollar pizza style, but you're paying because you're in LA. Come on, it's like they're gonna charge you gourmet prices for some shit. We get $1, but it had that kind of like crispy yet droopy crust all at one.
I hate it.
You gotta hold.
I hate it. Here's my first poor take of the day, everybody. Poor take Pat here. Hey, everybody, welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. I'm your host,
hey, Patrick.
PK with the Blvd. We got Ringside Sean, Bad Take Brian, Larry Legend in the house. We got a lot going on today. We're going to do a huge announcement regarding our giveaways. Also,
the donations.
We got new merch. Just want to show you this new design real quick. Boom. Did you see it? Okay, it's gone now. So anyway, here's the first poor take. Here's my first poor take, because I know everyone's going to get on me. I feel like I can already sense the hostility.
Well, come on, let's go.
I don't like the dollar New York slice. I am not a fan. To me, the New York slice is like an orange-ass, greasy-ass, New Park pizza style type of situation. I've always grown up hating on the dollar slice.
Okay. So all those pizzerias that I mentioned before, you said, oh, so like $1 slice in New York. This pizza was more like all of them.
Right, okay.
I said like $1 slice in New York because like this place was like a pop-up just in the middle of nowhere. You're hungry, you need to use the bathroom, $1 slice spot. I'm going to go get a piece of pizza for $1 just to use the bathroom.
The worst.
This pizza was more like the real shit.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I'm trying to make. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for leading you on to think that it was the quality of the dollar style pizza. It was not the quality of the dollar style pizza. It was the quality of like Ray's, famous Ray's on 2nd Avenue.
Okay, you don't have to yell at me.
Smiley's in fucking Park Slope. I'm just saying, like, it's a poor take. But like, you're the reason it's a poor take.
Well, whoa.
Don't you
point at me, Larry.
Oh, I'll point all fucking day.
All right. Well, you know what? First of all,
we ate that, and we ate some shit out of the Grand Central Market in downtown Los Angeles, and we drank some Blue Bottle coffee. This is all covered in my late-breaking newest reel that I posted that was a smorgasbord of both the XPW event and Ron and I, our little tootsies walking across the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Gallivanting.
I didn't feature Andre's. I didn't know I would even be bringing it up. But that's one of the things we ate.
Well, good, because the people want to know what's up. Shout out all the new people here. Please click subscribe. Also, update on the memberships. You can see we're trying to make the emojis cool. What have I posted on the memberships? I posted Blvd Bullies outtake bloopers thing. I just today posted a video I was working on.
I will do that, Jonathan.
A video I was working on about Joey Ryan, Blvd Bullies versus Joey Ryan in a merch war. And then that immediately got stopped having worked on. You know, I don't work on it anymore. So I just posted it. It just ends abruptly. Yeah. It's a membership bonus. I'm just going to post, Brian shot a video, but he did it vertically. So you're going to get us 8-minute vertical video in 16:9 aspect ratio of Brian unboxing his Japanese cards.
It's a bad take.
The best bad take. Brian's bad takes are growing. Brian, could you show us what the giveaways are this week?
Sure.
Oh, fucking yeah.
Let's start with the nice little 440 trading card.
All right. So the way this works is that the highest super chat of the evening, obviously we answer your question.
Let me see it again.
The card?
Yeah. Is everybody on it?
It's not Ricky Shane, and it's only out of 50. This is the chase card of the pack.
And it's 3. It's the 3 of them, eh?
Yeah, it's Atticus, Eddie Only, and Eric Ryan.
So the highest super chat gets their pick of card. What's the other card? What's the other prize?
All right,
is it a card also?
It's a card pack. This is a whole card pack.
Oh, word?
A card pack, and it has the chase card in it. And the chase card is honestly pretty sick.
Shit.
Brian giving away all his worldly possessions. He's very, very sick. Brian's very sick.
Oh,
is that DJ Hyde?
Nate Hatred, my brothers.
Oh, wow.
So the highest super chat, it's like an eBay type of thing, you know, except you don't get your money back. The highest super chat will get its pick of those two things. The second highest will receive whatever isn't picked. But the first person to donate could be even 50 cents, could be 99 cents. Brian, what's like the lightning round fucking prize?
The lightning round, whoever gets this prize is going to have a goddamn semi-charmed kind of life. Because it's third-eye blind, unopened.
Wow. Unopened. Where has that been?
Hold on. Is that the original copy?
Yeah. I mean,
the one that I had, I thought was red.
I don't know. It might have the date on it.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
Look at the spine.
Cut ties with all the lines. You know what song I love? Underrated song, because this album obviously has a Graduate, Semi-Charmed Kind of Life, and Jumper, but little known song, the fourth hit, How's It Gonna Be, featured on the Can't Hardly Wait soundtrack. Very emotional.
Track 6.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, Pat.
That's a run right there. That album goes Semi-Charmed number 3, Jumper number 4, Graduate number 5, fucking How's It Gonna Be number 6. Brian, how good is that? That I know the fucking numbers.
You just crushed it. You just crushed that.
Yeah.
What is that? 1998.
It's 1997. 1997.
Wow, I was 7 years old.
I was in Shakespeare camp.
Man, I swear to God, I was 7 years old. Oh, Urka with a 440 donation.
Third eye blind.
So you're getting the third eye blind.
You're getting third eye blind, but you might.
Sorry, Larry.
Yo. A true fan, yeah. I don't know whatever happened to the third eye blind.
I think she got the card.
Yeah,
well,
he
may get his choice of the card. Well, you gotta wait and see, right?
Urka's a member.
She's in the lead right now. Urka's in the lead.
But we might have to, just give her the 440 card. Because she donated $4.40. And she's our most loyal member. So I think I might have to just wave it off.
You're so loyal.
Send her the 440 card. Basically, now the bidding goes, highest gets the GCW thing. Second highest gets third eye blind. You know what? I might have a Lord of the Rings DVD around here, too. I think I just have King of Towers, Title Tower. Two Towers.
Return of the King, Two Towers.
Okay, I'm sorry. I haven't all 3 of them. I just have number 2.
Then that would be the Two Towers.
So, Larry, I want to talk more about you and the XPW Killafornia. Are you all talked out? You know what? Don't even answer that question. It doesn't matter. You have to talk to us about it.
Well, I have the card here. If we want to let Larry rest for a second and go through the card, or do you want to have? Or...
Well, I think that's too formal. I'm here. If It was brutal, Pat. It was brutal. And what I mean by that is that deathmatch tournaments, I had forgotten how long and arduous of a night, of an afternoon into the night that those are. It had been a while since I'd done a true like deathmatch tournament.
Right.
You know, so yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal. And it was very hot. It was a very hot day. We were provided our own separate trailer, but that was like kind of like yards away from the command center, if you will. So if anyone needed to get word to anyone about anything, there was like kind of a hustle in the heat that had to take place. You know, it was kind of convenient that there was a place you could get food. You know, there was like the derby room, like it's just like a bunch of old guys betting on horses. It's like one of those places where there's all those screens and those screens in front of the bars, and it's all horse races and guys just like screaming, "Come on, 6! Come on, 6! Come on, Paul! Come on, Paul!"
Do they get mad and throw their tickets on? Like, God damn it!
So
rip the tickets up.
They were pretty composed if they lost. I did hear some "God damn it," you know, and shit like that. But you know, this place seemed to be pretty mellow vibes. Besides what was going on outside, which was the XPW.
That's so great.
Fuck fest.
That's so indie. That's so deathmatch. That's so indie wrestling. I love that there were just men betting and not paying it any mind. That there was a tournament of death and violence and destruction going on.
Yeah, I guess as they were doing their money dances, they kind of stopped out and looked. You couldn't smoke in the place, so there were smokers that had to come out on the patio. And the patio of the derby room is where we had all our merch set up. Now, that's the meet and greet zone.
Now,
you know?
let me just ask you. It reminds me. Did Rob Black come out and cut a promo on the guys smoking? That they owe him money, like the way that Danny did it to the people watching from their balconies in Atlantic City.
Oh God, no, he didn't.
Wow, I forgot.
You remember that?
Happened.
Hey, you guys over there across the street, you owe me money. Welcome to the show. You ow me money.
I do remember that. Yeah, wow. No, so Rob Black did not address those gentlemen.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He just hollered Desert Eagle, and started a Desert Eagle chant, as Rob Black is known to do.
Yo,
God, the crowd chanted it so terribly too. The worst crowd I've ever heard.
How would you do in Desert Eagle?
They were hot, Bri. They were hot. I don't mean hot as in like weather. Yeah, it was terrible. It was horrendous conditions, bro. It was horrendous. Imagine wrestling in it.
What were
Imagine
the hours?
lighting yourself on fire.
Even at nighttime, was it hot?
6.
So it was so it started at 6, ended at 12?
No, there were 6 hours of action. It started at 5. It started at 5 and it ended at midnight, I think.
6 hours of action.
Yeah, 6.
I want to ask you something.
And this is the thing. Of those 6, 2 solid ones were set up and tear down of the different structures. You understand what I'm saying about a deathmatch tournament?
Yeah, cumulative time.
You got a shit ton of matches, 14 matches, 16 matches, however many matches, and every match is a sweep and a setup and a simultaneous crews moving and me talking and juicy hot dogging and shit. And the guys are in the back getting taped up. It's just a brutal night by the end. I was shit-faced because people just kept handing me drinks and it was hot and I was in LA for 24 hours. So I was really not as professional as I could have been. And I was just tired. I was dragging my ass by the end, but trying to keep the energy high, because it was, that's my job.
Brian,
right.
Does that answer your question? Does that answer your question and make you feel a little bit...
What did he want to know?
Well, Brian was really complaining about the crowd and the loudness of the crowd.
No, they were it was hot, bro. It was
that's
hot.
What I'm saying. Brian, does that make you? Do you forgive them because it was like
no? I don't
very
forgive
hot.
them. I don't forgive them because if it was hot, I still would have screamed as loud as I possibly could.
And you know what?
Now I'm gonna defend the crowd for one other reason, Brian. There were like 2 rings. So, like, the crowd would stretch all the way down to, like, the other ring where there were no cameras. And there really were no fans down there. I don't know if people bought tickets down there. If they did, they kind of moved to closer to where the 3/4, like a U of people.
Mm-hmm.
But like, and it's outdoors. Outdoor
I think
shows.
If the fans used their brains, they all could have just walked to the other side. Like no one would have stopped them from like just going to the other side.
They
It's
were
like
afraid. They didn't
They were
know what it was
afraid.
an
That's the
R-rated show.
That's the big problem. That's the big problem.
You know,
Yeah. You're not scared, Brian. You're a bully.
listen, and I want to tell you something else. I survived Tournament of Death. There's no way that those fans were as hot as you were sitting with no shade in the middle of Tournament of Death. There's no way, okay?
I mean, Tournament of Death is you know, I was just
Sitting
thinking
on the surface of the sun.
Yo, Tournament of Death used to trend worldwide. I remember Tournament
Still
of Death
does in my heart,
specifically.
Larry. Still does.
I mean, well, you know, they've seen better days, but like it was a gathering that was like a national gathering that like I don't think any other death.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and say that if it wasn't for Tournament of Death, none of these things would even, be possible.
100%.
And you know what? And the allure and vibe and perfect harmony of extreme violence and awkward hilarity, it can never be recreated. Can never be found. What Tournament of Survival are we up to? 9? 9?
No, more. Oh, survival. No, it might be 8. I think it's 8.
Listen,
I think this is going to be
there've
the
been
8.
some fun Tournament of Survivals. 3 was amazing. 2 was good. You know, the one in Atlantic City was good, but none of them even hold a candle to a Tournament of Death true experience. I would assume that Killafornia is probably the only one that comes close. Just because
Those outdoor ICW shows that we went to
those
COVID,
original
though,
ones were good too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Also very hot.
And I've never been to Tournament of Death, but I've seen it on DVD, and I compare that to the ICW outdoor the first ones, those first ones.
Larry, what were you wearing? I saw you were wearing like a captain's hat.
Yeah, so that captain, I mean, you know, I won a boat on The Price is Right. You know, I won a boat. So I get to wear whatever I want, you know. I'm a captain. I was the owner of a boat. I'm entitled to
I was
wear that.
the owner. I owned a boat for a brief moment
you know,
of time.
I first broke that out for ICW's debut in California when Homeless Jimmy fought Eric Ryan. Drexel was there. He fought Akira. Couple matches, and I wore that for the first time there, and I liked the way that it looked. I wore it with the gold, you know, the gold that I sold to who did I sell that to? John Campbell for $80. And then I wore it for the Mystery Ultra-Violent Vortex, one of the last ICW shows I would ever do. I wore it again for that, and then I wore it for my debut at XPW. So I think I'm gonna run with this hat. Captain Larry, it's demonic. You know, awesome. It's devilish. It reminds me of the guy on Rosemary's Baby when she's having the dream, which is actually them having the devil inseminator, and the guy says, "You better get down below, miss." Like that, it's like a real nod to that guy, because I don't know what it is about that one scene and that one line.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
It's the elevator operator. It's the elevator operator during when she's not in this haze, but in her dream where she's drugged. He's like, "You better get down below, miss." You know. So I love that part, and I love looking like I'm steering a ship of ultra violence. So I wore that, and I wore my white. I wore my white dinner jacket here, Pat. I've got it nearby. This was the accoutrement that I wore. I wore this to go with that, and I figured white on white for the blood.
Amazing.
Main event white
for the blood. Yeah. Well, I wore this in Chicago for ICW No Holds Barred, and it really popped. I had a red cover bun on with it and the red bow tie for ICW. That really hot one in Chicago from August. You know, we had a real 2 hot shows in Chicago in August, and I wore that then. So yeah, this is what I wore, and it's all bloody now. You can see that magoo.
Oh,
it's all magooed up.
Yeah, good.
So you know, we had a huge announcement. So you know, we had a huge announcement.
What is it?
Well, Larry, you were the one who benevolently gave us the news.
Oh, is this? Oh, that was my lead. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So
this is the 420.
Oh my God. Oh, this is the 420 episode again.
I'm so sorry. You got it.
I rocked you to the core. I'm sorry.
I fucking felt. So yeah, let's retire this legendary blazer, Larry Legend blazer, and let's retire it right here tonight on Blvd Bullies versus the World with this huge announcement that I am about to make right now.
Oh, okay.
You see,
I was getting confused. Okay, yeah.
Because that's what we're doing, right? We're retiring it by auctioning it off. Woo!
Blvd Bullies auction.
This off.
Yeah, you got $50 over here, $30, $60,
That's right.
Dinner jacket, blood on it.
As seen on other live sales / auctions, we're going to take something that is a personal item that has all types of history, including Killafornia 2.
Wow.
This past weekend, Killafornia 2, I don't even know whose Magoo that is. That could be Ludar Shitan. That could be Masada. There could be some members from the Flames. That could be Schlack on the back, It's like an autograph.
Wow.
It's autographed in blood.
Whoever wins it, if they want you to autograph it, would you autograph it for them?
Not only will I autograph it, I will pose nude with it on. and send that photo to the person who bids the highest for this. Also, how many viewers we got? Spread the word about this.
Spread the word.
Because
tell a friend.
I know that there are a few people who frequent other live sales and stuff like that. And I know that they would probably be kicking themselves if they didn't know that this item, which was seen at No Holds Barred in Chicago, this has been in Madison Square Garden, and it's been in California for Killafornia.
Oh, my God.
Too.
Larry, is that the same jacket when you hosted me at the MSG Theater, myself and Steve?
Y'all were there?
And we have photos of you you remember?
Y'all were there?
I think it was August of 2017, maybe July.
This is when I said Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles.
Yes.
Like I had to do a WWE.
Larry, we were just talking about this.
Yes, dude. This is the blazer and this is why it should be retired. What year was that, Pat?
That had to be 2017.
And you know what? I keep it so goddamn motherfucking clean. You would never have been able to tell, no matter when I was out, that this was an old blazer. But this is one of my legacy items. Right here. Pat remembers. I think that show was when I debuted it.
Well, you looked great then. We were there. We took photos. You got us press passes. We went in through the Madison Square Garden. We went in through the medical entrance, We had our IDs checked. Me and Steve were like your personal film crew for the day.
Oh, it was Glory. Was that Glory kickboxing?
It was some kind of kickboxing. And that's the thing with the Hooters thing.
Yes, it was Glory. It was one of my biggest deals.
Yeah.
Up until that point. Yeah, that was Glory. Wow, you were there. That's crazy.
You were so nice and kind to Steve and I. We were like your little entourage, your little film crew. We were there in the VIP. You had your own little room, and you got dressed, and we were there.
I don't even remember that part.
It's really tragic to me that you don't remember. Brian and Sean.
A lot of shit, Pat. I do a lot. Okay. I remember Glory kickboxing. I remember I was doing a lot of shit at that time. And this was just another one of those things. And I was in there a couple more times after that. So at that point in my career, Madison Square Garden was just like, oh, yeah, I'm in the Garden. I'm in the Garden. Because it wasn't the Garden proper. I've only been in the Garden Theater.
It was like the Best Buy Garden.
Yeah, the Annex. Yeah,
but it was still beautiful room. Still an absolutely beautiful room.
Gorgeous.
Larry, Hardcore Hillbilly says, what up?
What up, Hardcore?
Hardcore Hillbilly in the chat. What's up?
What up, Hardcore?
Cheers. Welcome to the stream.
Cocaine man.
Yeah, Hardcore Hillbilly and I got In-N-Out Burger right before they closed. They had a walk-up window that closed at 1:30 in the morning. And after Killafornia 2, we walked our asses. We didn't run. We walked our asses from that Motel 6 across to that In-N-Out Burger. And we stood. We stood there and we waited. And I still didn't get my pink lemonade.
Still waiting on that pink lemonade. Larry, can you hold up the jacket again for me?
Dude,
so
everybody look.
Hillbillies here right now.
This time next week, we will have a period of the time set to do an auction where, I don't know, I'll figure out how it works. You just comment what you want and the auction keeps going.
Maybe we should use verbiage like donation or something. I don't know.
Well, whatever. You get how the auction goes. We'll have it going.
Yeah,
it's a legacy item for Larry Legend right here next week. Blvd Bullies auction, as well as our normal giveaways. But Brian and Sean, I have a challenge for you.
What? What's up?
I want you both to dig deep into your annals and produce
I like when you dig deep in an anal.
and produce a legacy item of your own that will
you were
also
raising
be
the stakes on this.
auctioned off. And
Oh God!
I will as
dude.
well. And I will as well. So we're gonna have 4
And everybody
auctions.
watching right now, share this.
Legacy items deep in your annals. I want you to pull
already
them
have
deep
one in
from your
mind.
annals.
Or in my butt. I already have one in my
The
butt.
annals of your own history. And I
If
want
you
you
need
to
any help digging back there, Sean. Okay?
and produce a
think I
legacy
found
item.
something.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
want to
I
hear
think
about
I
it.
found
I don't want to.
something.
Don't even show me. Don't talk to me. If you know, maybe it's his dog. Maybe it's his beautiful dog. Who knows?
No, not Tangy.
No.
But don't tell me about it. Think about it. But it needs to be something up to the par of
Brian
Larry's
Fluffy.
white dinner jacket, deep from your annals of your own history.
Blazer.
Yeah, blazer jacket.
Bully's blazer. Bully's blazer.
It's a bully's
double B.
blazer. So
Yeah, when we put it on, it's a bully blazer.
somebody says, Pajama Dad, what's up? Valued member, love you. I want
doesn't get the
Brian's
Blunt
Blunt
Man
Man costume.
You don't get it. I might auction it off. That might be a good auction item.
That
you
could be.
go.
That would.
Look.
I would consider that a legacy item.
Indeed, it would be.
And don't be chintzy with it. Don't be chintzy with it. All 4 of us will bring, like, you know, we don't want
Yep.
Larry to be the only one parting ways with part of his history. you
I
know?
wouldn't mind seeing something auctioned off from that one first time we saw you as a ref, Brian. Your real
Your ref shirt.
indoctrination. Yeah,
Wow.
Patrick, you have that. In the Matt
You know,
Merck.
Larry, I have like my 10-year so bloody it's brown ref shirt.
Oh, there's everybody's.
I
blood
say
all over
10,
it,
but
too.
it's
I
like
forgot that
6.
you have
But that's
that.
a
That
very
made me
bloody
tight.
shirt. Because the
Dude,
wrestlers just
Sean,
put their forehead right on my chest, you know, and it's just like, oh, okay.
Sean, do you have the underwear from that faithful Greyhound bus ride?
No, those underwear are in some trash can in the fucking showboat bathroom.
I forgot about that, Larry. Thank you for reminding me about Sean's porn.
That would be the best thing to auction off.
My poor
Like-
brother, please meet me downstairs. I shit myself.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Brian,
God.
That's
take
the
out
worst thing that could ever happen.
your XPW notes on your ICW notebook, please.
It's almost happened to me. I almost doo-dooed myself as a
I
grown
ripped the
man.
page. I ripped the page out.
You ripped the page
Bro,
out.
that was the worst on the bus, and I'm like a
And
stop
that
away.
to me is like 10 times worse because mine was like I was running in my house. I was running in my house after being freshly butt fucked. And I had to get that turd out, you know, and you know, it was like all that pressure had built up. And I was literally like running like a baby, like, oh shit! You know, like it was wild, bro. And when I finally got to the toilet, there was a little turd. There's a little nugget in my fucking pants. I was like,
I always
oh,
find
shit.
like
It came out of nowhere.
when that happens to me, I always find like when I'm getting my keys at the front door, that's when the
Uh-huh.
urge intensifies. Like when you're walking, it's like, oh my god, okay, here we go.
Yeah, but how
then
about
when
me yesterday in the fucking garage? I get locked out.
Oh, and you had to do.
Oh,
Yeah, and I had to doo-doo.
But you got in.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had to
you got
do the
in.
brown.
Got in.
Yeah, you had to get it
Had-
because that
Did
dude
you-
was ready.
So you wound up going poop inside.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
finally
what
got
do you
it.
think?
I
He
got
sat in the
inside.
middle of the garage. You
Well,
know?
he was
got
going
inside.
through all that storage. I figured he found a pod or something.
I found like one of those like cards that you get when you order from
Yeah,
like
he
Macy's.
got a
That's
car.
like,
He did the
and I
fucking
jimmied it in the lock, and I
Yeah.
just popped it, and I went in like a real Puerto
Jimmied
Rican.
and
I
popped,
jimmied
jimmied
the
and
lock.
Yeah, Jimmy does shit. Yeah, you got that's the project.
Papi, you gotta open the door with the key. You don't got the key.
Yeah.
It's the card in your wallet, all right?
I've been there where a guy showed you, oh, I got the key and pulled a card out of his wallet, and I'm like, that's not the fucking key. And then he goes to do the thing, and he's like, oh,
I just
it
remember
was
that
the key.
there's like an ADT commercial growing up. It's like I could pick most locks with a credit card. You know that? You remember that guy? It was like they were
I remember
interviewing like
that.
real criminals. He's like,
Yeah.
I could pick most locks with a credit card.
I love those guys, those actors who like stay in our psyche forever.
Yeah, how
you
did he
know,
get? How did he
like-
get there? This is just random guy. He's just stuck with me.
Yeah.
I could pick most locks with a credit card. Hey Brian,
well,
can you show us what the giveaways are?
You
do
told
it
me to
again.
not. First, you told me to take out my notes.
We'll
now you
have
tell
the
me-
notes handy because we're
I
gonna.
have handy.
Patrick is a taskmaster.
So the
That's what he is.
giveaway is already spoken for. This is gone.
440 gone. Don't even show it.
If you were here early, you could have won something as cool as this
Wow.
440.
for only $4.40.
Incredible.
And now the next two. It's a
You'll
pack
love
of
to see.
cards. It's the history of GCW, which is honestly, it's a very sick pack of cards. It has like a card of all the event posters from all their events leading up to from 2015 to 2018.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Wow,
awesome.
that is exactly my run in GCW. That is my entire run working alongside Brett Lauderdale / Danny DeMonto, and then it's over. That card set. Just a little tidbit. In the entirety,
And
2015,
it is
all me.
Also, it has the Chase card in it.
Big Nate.
It's Nate Hatred. Should I
Big
say
Nate.
that again? It's a fucking awesome card.
So the
CZW
highest
and Deathmatch Hall of Fame.
The highest super chat by the end of the show gets that sent to them.
They get to choose. They get to choose between this card pack or having a semi-charm kind of light.
Third Eye Blind CD.
Yep.
Incredible.
You can get with this or you can get with that.
You get with this. You get with that.
Okay, now Brian,
Sean.
put those
That's
away. Larry,
Being
listen to
very
me.
delicate with this
I'm
card.
doling
It's
out
not
the
easy.
tasks now.
You're
Brian,
the
now
master.
put those away and now take out your paper. And I will...
Jesus Christ.
It's not fun to be under the tutelage of Master Pat.
Whoopsh. Larry, does Rob Black give like
Yeah.
a big inspirational Paul Heyman like speech before the show to the locker room?
Pat, I hope I don't catch any heat for this, but I actually brought it up as feedback of something that is needed. And I brought it up in front of Eric Ryan, who was instrumental in making sure that that was a part of the ICW shit.
Yeah, it's like your coach.
Now-
You need a coach's
Like
speech.
Right,
Like a pre-show pre-show hype up.
but at the same time, listening to Rob Black's show last night, I could see how he would be like, that's that kid shit. Like we're a bunch of fucking men. Whatever we got to say to make sure we're not stepping on each other's toes, we'll handle it in the back. We don't need to
It's like basically just get out there and do the job that
do
you
the
did
shit.
do.
You know what to do. Larry knows what to do. Everybody knows what to do.
Larry, that I agree with that kind of like, and that makes me love him more. If he's like that and he goes, nah, fuck it. What am I? Some like loser, like he's like above it. He doesn't want to do it. That makes me love and respect him more. Except Hardcore Hillbilly in the chat agrees that at the end of the day, even though he's too humble to admit it, it would be an inspirational, dope thing for everyone involved, I think.
Yeah, and I think that we would benefit from that. And I said it in front of Eric Ryan because Eric Ryan used to do it in ICW a lot of the time. A lot of people don't know.
Well, that's a good point. A wrestler could step up and do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's not the owner, if it's not Paul, then it's Tommy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if it's not Danny, then it's Eric. If it's not Brett, then it's Alex Colon. And I'm not saying that from any knowledge of who it is in GCW or if they even do that.
Right, we're just joshing about, just kicking it around.
Yeah,
Obviously.
We don't know what they do.
No, but Brian, are you have your paper ready? What's your read your paper and let's get into the nitty-gritty of this show. Tell me what your favorite
California 2.
Oh, okay, run it down. Let's go.
Are we going start to finish here?
I just want your I'm going to go to Brycam, and I just want you to give a bad take on each match and you run them through.
Well, we have to start from the very start of the show, and it's a music video of the good old Mr. Brett Lauderdale doing a hip-hop track called the Joe Nan Diss Track.
The hip-hop track?
It's pretty cringy. Is
this the video where Brett's mouth, there's a superimposed mouth over a picture
There's
of him?
a whole entire music video.
Young Thug makes an appearance. T.I. is in it.
my
The
God.
rappers featured on that song that was inspired for the Joe Nan diss. They're in it.
Dude, I mean, it's like
his
it's
name?
Star-studded cast, it sounds like.
What's that kid's name? Who's like, whoop, whoop, and then he jumps on something.
Oh, Superhuman.
Human.
Yeah, he's in it. Yep.
Jumps on
Desert Eagle is fastly becoming
a classic.
a classic internet wave.
Do you think that we will ever see the day where Brett performs Desert Eagle?
Oh
Desert
my God,
Eagle
Larry!
live?
That sign me up for that show, dude. I will camp out for that show.
We might just make this shit a hit.
Dude, he's slinging the N and the F every which way. It's terrible. It's not good. It's not good.
Well, he could rewrite it and perform it. Show that he's changed his ways.
I don't know, dude. It's just it's weird. It's weird that people don't talk about it less, and like it's being talked about more now, but still only by a group of people that watch XPW.
I think Rob Black wants to change that.
I mean, he's trying.
He wants to take Desert Eagle global. You know? It's national right now. He wants to make sure that this motherfucker is known as the Desert Eagle Kid.
Am I bugging? Did I see a desert? Was there a flag, a Desert Eagle flag at the show?
There is.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't at the show. You weren't bugging. It was produced by David Russell, Deathmatch Russell podcast. David Russell. He got 2 flags made. One of me doing the signature, and I don't want to wait any longer. You know, it's one of me doing that, and it says underneath it, I don't want to wait any longer. The other is the Desert Eagle.
Incredible.
With the eagle, you know. And that's what it is. It's about that life. It's about that 40 Glock. You know, what is it? What is it? Sig Hauser, you know. You know, all that King Von, all that O-Block shit is what Brett's talking.
All right, Brian, continue the
owner of GCW's hip hop track, his hit single. All right. Well, to open the show, they had actually a positive thing, I think, to just like overshadow all the negativity that was surrounding XPW before the show, and they had Brawlin' Bo Cooper come out and retire. He put his boots in the ring and said that he's going to have a baby, and he's no longer going to be wrestling. Why are you laughing at me?
Turned into a fat bastard. He's having a baby.
He's having a baby.
Fat man. He's a fucking good worker, bro.
Hey, congratulations on the baby.
Yeah. It was a positive way to start off the show, and Brawlin' Bo did come on out. He put his boots in the ring. In the time-honored tradition.
Boots in the ring, baby on board. Brian, what happened next?
It was a traditional goddamn moment. All right.
He's having a baby.
T-Rex versus Shane Mercer. And it was very quick. It was very bloody, and it was a barbed wire madness match is what the stipulation was. And basically, T-Rex like cut himself severely in the first like 30 seconds, and then fucking Shane Mercer fucking annihilates him with one of his fucking muscly man moves.
Muscly man
moves. Larry, do you remember anything about this? Do you have any boots on the ground details about this meaty man moves and bad cut that happened?
Yeah, I went to go do some of my ringside guerrilla filmmaking, and I noticed that there was a tremendous amount of blood on the tarp. And then I saw T-Rex, kind of
hippo, as I like to
call it. Writhing about on the ground, holding his arm very close to his massive frame. And he rolled in the ring, and I hollered for tape. I hollered, and I think we got some tape down there, but they had already said, "Fuck this, we're over. Let's go home."
All right, sounds like a great match.
I'm gonna say about this long ass death match extravaganza. The first few matches were only like a minute to a minute and 30 seconds long, so it was like a showcase. Why is that funny?
I just think it's very specific. From a minute to a minute and 30 seconds.
I'm saying I might be
like, why wouldn't you just say 1 or 2 minutes?
All right, sorry, my words aren't good enough for you. A minute to a minute and 30 seconds.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Brian is speaking in regards to work rate, how much like fighting they did, not entrances and walk to the ring and slap hands. More like 3 minutes.
Bell to bell.
Yeah,
Right.
bell to bell.
It was showcasing. It was like the showcase for the wrestler that was going to win. Basically, they would do something sweet, and then they would win.
It was like the King of the Ring tournament, but the brackets that we would see on Raw and Superstars were right there during the tournament. That's what it was like.
Right.
Bob Sparkplug Holly and Bam Bam Bigelow going out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shane Mercer beat T-Rex, right? All right. So the next one is Dirty Ron versus Drake Younger.
Mm.
Now I'm going to tell y'all something. That was not scheduled to be next. And without divulging too much, the entire lineup was shifted, flipped.
Well, people didn't show. There was no shows.
There was no shows, and there was
two, and Mr. Oren Vite.
Why is Pat
deathmatch
just a microphone?
He's John Cena again.
Continue, Brian. I got you. I'm listening.
Right. So, and that match, it was a 2 out of 3 light tube cabins match, which means the first person to smash their opponent through 2 tube cabins wins.
Nice. I like the concept. It's different.
It's different. I liked it too. And Drake Younger wins. It was also a quick match. But it was what needed to happen. I feel in these tournaments, quick matches in the beginning needs to happen. So Drake Younger beats Dirty Ron, advances, and then the next match, Body comes out and wrestles Arrow Boy. Arrow Boy is awesome. If you don't know, you should know. Arrow Boy is the fucking shit.
Now, Brian, I'm gonna respond right now to a little bit of feedback that I got on Twitter. And also, if that person is in here, I forget what their Twitter handle is. At this point, I got a tweet that I didn't see after the show that was like, Larry, please keep announcing the match stipulations. So here's the thing. The Log Tube Light Cabins bundle match and the Barbed Wire Madness I came up with because I asked T-Rex and Shane Mercer what was the most that they were using, and they were like a lot of barbed wire.
Right.
So that's why I came up with that.
That makes sense.
Drake is a student of the game from the old CZW Tournament of Death, where every match had a stipulation like that. So he told me and went over with me extensively that's the third, that's 2 out of 3 light tube log cabin structures match.
And we were just talking about that too, by the way. Last week, we were just saying how that's the way it should be, is that each match has a stipulation. I'm sorry to interrupt. Continue.
It's okay.
No, that was good. That was a good take.
Third match.
I'm back, baby.
Third match. Arrow Boy and the Body. I go to the back to figure out what this is. We all know Arrow Boy, not too much English, or if you don't know Arrow Boy, not too much English.
Right.
And the Body was like, I don't know, and I was like, well, what are you guys using? And he was like, not that much, just, light tubes. And I was like, okay, we'll call it like light tubes of hell or something. I don't even remember what I called it. But by whatever the next match is, all bets were off, and I had no time or the capacity to keep up with the fucking match stipulations. So,
well, it's funny that you say that because I think that you called the light tube death match. It was the Body versus Shane Mercer. That's when you called it the light tube.
Brian has referred to his notes.
I referred to my notes.
Can we see Fang, Sean?
But I still didn't call Arrow Boy versus the Body anything, did I?
No, you didn't. You didn't call it. There was no stipulation in that match.
Okay.
There was no stipulation in that match, right?
Sean, could you pick up the puppy for the viewers? I've had multiple email requests in between weeks.
Aww.
Oh, look at that. Look at that meaty boy.
There, Frankie.
Come here, cat. I'm going to see if I can get my cat over here. I don't name my cat's name.
Ladies and gentlemen, this animal right here, this beautiful animal, just turned a year old. This is what Sean will be auctioning off next week.
Right?
Larry's doing his jacket, and Sean is going to be auctioning off Mr. Fang. Wow, incredible. It's going to be a great show next week.
Are we going to continue?
Yes, please, Brian, continue.
All right, so yeah, also I just want to say that the Body is awesome. I said that Arrow Boy is awesome, but Body is awesome. Next match, Eric Ryan versus Ludark Shaitan, who is the XPW Women's Champion.
Now, this started off with like a bunch of falderall. This all came together like this wasn't like something happened and then something happened and then.
What's her name comes out? Martini.
Okay.
And I think she brings out Eric Ryan.
It was a flip-flop.
It was a flip-flop.
It was a whole bunch of stuff.
Bait and switch.
And then these guys don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's a callback.
You know what I will say about Eric Ryan is I don't really understand the terracotta pot shit.
He's a gardener. He's a very advanced gardener. He knew that terracotta would cut deep from all of his experience as a landscaper.
But I feel like it's rather easy to break.
Yeah, over somebody's skull.
Or like I mean, it's just like, I don't know.
Sean,
I feel like.
What's your take on the terracotta pots? Yay? Nay?
Yay. I think it's different. I enjoy different things in deathmatch wrestling. There's so much that you can do that's just like, oh my God, I saw that already. Oh, that's what we saw in the last match. And when you do different things like that, it's like, to the casual viewer, it's just something different and a way to get them more interested, I guess. So, yay!
I agree with that take. I think, you get a signature weapon out of the whole dealio, and that's a win and a yay.
Yeah, Pat, you got to think about on No Mercy when you would go into the crowd to pull out a signature thing, like you pull out a weapon from the crowd. It's like, there was only a few ones that the game would cycle through.
Eric Ryan always gets terracotta pots, though.
And Neil Diamond Cutter would always get the staple gun. Neil would always get the staple gun,
Sting always gets the bat.
Masada's always going to get the skewers. He's getting the skewers as Masada, So, yeah, signature weapons. Yeah.
You want to strike fear into your opponent, and he's going to take up terracotta pot.
So here's the thing about the
funny to me. It's like funny, I guess, but it's like silly.
Here's my thing with the terracotta pots. Often make a very good sound, a signature like, oh, that was the sound of like shattering clay or whatever terracotta is, And number two, like, change the complexion of the ring, of the actual canvas itself. Like, we've seen the glass shards all over the place. We've seen the Legos all over the place. We've seen the tacks all over the place. You never seen I think one time Eric Ryan did one where they just crushed a whole bunch of them and that's what they fought on.
Yeah, I guess it's like dirty. It's like dirty a little.
Yeah, it's terracotta, you breathe that shit in.
Like when you have like a terracotta Taipei death match, it's not as fierce as one with glass to me.
Yeah, and nails and tacks.
More like terracotta
pots. That's just like that. It's just weird. That's all.
Didn't they do that at NHB 40? Wasn't the entire ring just like crushed with them?
I think that's what Larry's referring to.
My last one.
Yep.
Come here. I'm gonna put you on camera on the cast. Come here, you. She's acting all horny.
She's horny.
Your cat's very horny.
Here. Come here. Stop acting like you don't hear me.
Brian, continue.
We're only halfway through this goddamn.
All right, go ahead.
So then we got Big Joe versus JD Horror, which was the first match to really set off the night, I thought. Like, because they were going in. They were like in the crowd. They were like doing wild shit.
I feel like anytime Big Joe is like given the reins, it's something like, how do we top that?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Big Joe is awesome.
He's a very wild fighter.
Yeah.
What do we think about Big Joe's gear with the knee pads, just baby legs, just large baby legs?
It's like a comic book character. I think it's awesome.
You love it, Brian.
I do.
Sean?
He's like
he gets fucking thigh. He gets like his thighs bloody and shit.
I think it's very similar to what we just brought up about the terracotta pots. It is something that is unique, and you definitely, by the time he's done getting dirty, it's a whole different fucking image or vibe than when he's squeaky clean and white in there. Like when he starts off in the tidy whities and the white shirt and the white socks and the little black shoes. Well, at the end, it's all patches of brown and red and crimson and fucking sticking to him in places. Looks like he shit himself, but it's like Hoodfoot's blood or something from a pile driver. So it's different and I like it. And I also kind of think that it's a little kinky because I know that there are people that are like
it's a little sexy.
Into they're into that type
large
of
babies.
Yeah,
he's like a large baby.
Shit. Yeah, so
running around,
kind of adjacent to Effie and the fishnets. It's like, oh, you're a big rough and tough guy in some women's hose. I am turned on a little.
Not to change the subject, but Seth Rollins is always pushing the envelope these days. And last night he wore a shirt with a hole in the back, like a woman's blouse. Had like a hole in the back of the shirt.
It looks like he's wearing like something from Becky Lynch's closet.
I was like, wow, that's incredible.
Seth Rollins wants to be on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Maybe Larry Legend's Drag Race. Brian, continue.
Ooh.
All right, yeah. Well, I also want to say that I've never seen JD Horror wrestle, and he's apparently like a deathmatch legend.
So y'all again. I didn't know that. I knew the name JD Horror. He treated me with so much respect and reverence when he met me in the back and was so excited that I was finally getting to announce him. And I was so excited that I was finally getting to announce JD Horror, who I had heard about so much over the years. That was like his return match.
Yeah, 5 years, I think.
Yeah, he got so much sort of comments on the video that I posted, which wasn't a great video. It was just, him and Big Joe going at it.
Dude, it was an awesome match. My match of the night, I think.
Wow.
Just because it set the night off for me, and I didn't really know who JD Horror was, and it was like something just like different and new. And his character is like kind of like goth boy shit. He's like a fucking horror character.
He's from Camp Crystal Lake and weighs in at 666 pounds.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Me too. Me too. Yeah, we'll continue.
So you loved it, Brian. I love that for you. Continue.
All right. So
now faster.
Big Joe went over. So and then the final match of the first round is Judge Joe Dredd versus Masada. Masada. Which, dude, another one that I'm not too familiar with, Judge Joe Dredd. But he was awesome. They beat the shit out of each other. Masada fucked him up.
I've gotten familiar with Judge Joe Dredd from Crimson Crown Wrestling Sage Sin's promotion, Crimson Crown. He's a big deal there, and he's a hoss. And very.
Oh no! Oh fuck! I fucked it up, Larry. Hold on.
Were we muted?
Oh hey, no, hey, sorry, everyone. You know what happened? I'm not even going to explain it, but
long story
suffice to say, I fucked it up. I fucked it all up again. But we're back. We're back, baby. Continue.
So should I continue? So we're in Judge Joe Dredd versus Masada, and I love Judge Joe Dredd's character. He's kind of like a guy, like he's like a gangster, or he's like some kind of he's like a boss. He's acting like a boss. Did you see the promo, Larry, where he's on the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next. Up next.
I enjoyed it. All right. Sorry, guys.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Brian, hold on. I'm just getting my bearings here because I don't know what the fuck just happened. I get what you're saying.
I fucked up the audio. I fucked up the damn audio.
Okay. Well, we're getting back into our rhythm right now.
All right.
I love Judge Joe Dredd. I met him through Crimson Crown Wrestling. This was a big moment for him, like it was for Neil Diamond Cutter, to be fighting someone the caliber of Masada. And he really went out there and fucking just laid it all out on the line. Because I also think, when you do these things and you're going out first, well, you got to be memorable, So it's like, I'm the first test for Masada, and I'm gonna give him one.
And he's like a mid-card dude wrestling the fucking XPW champ.
Yeah. Listen, whenever you're in a tournament like that, and the untimely outcome, and it may not be heavy on your favor, but at the end of the day, it's your job and your duty to make sure that your partner that you're sharing the ring with goes on to the next round looking as strong as they can. And that's what he did.
Anytime I've ever been at like Tournament of Death or something, and Lucky 13 gets power bombed like through something that obviously sucks and goes out the first round, or like Josh Crane. I don't know. I always used to feel so bad for the guys who would get all fucking bloody and have to be garden hosed down afterwards, but like they lost the first round. Ugh, that sucks. But it's not as bad as continuing to wrestle in glass, though, probably. So,
I'm here.
All right, Brian, what's next?
Well, I will say that I've already made a mistake because you were rushing me. There was one more match. There's one more match. It's Lou Nixon versus the Hillbilly, Hardcore Hillbilly. And I will say I thought Hillbilly was going to get squashed in a Whippet stupor. But the boy put on a performance that is worthy of a deathmatch tournament.
Hell yeah.
Did anybody see the match? Anybody?
Why do you say Whippets? He was doing Whippets?
Dude, if you listen to the Rob Black show, Rob Black calls Hardcore Hillbilly on the phone during the show. And when Hardcore Hillbilly answers, he tells Rob Black he's in the car doing Whippets.
Nice.
Outside of the gym, about to go for a workout.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's hardcore.
That's Hardcore Hillbilly. And the boy not only did he do a suicide dive through the ropes, he had not one, not two, but 3 little Kenzans pounded into his skull.
Oh, his little skullski.
And I don't know if you guys know what a fucking Kenzan is.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a fucking little circular device that is just like spikes. And I don't know what it's even used for, honestly.
Does anyone,
it's like a gardening tool.
Yes, indeed. It's for keeping the bonsai trees, the little bonsai trees in
That's right.
Karate Kid. It's for keeping them secured because, the wind can blow those right away. So the Kenzan is put underneath the tree's roots, and you stick it in there, and it keeps the fucking shit secure.
It keeps the fucking roots secured, and there was 3 of them stuck in this man's fucking skull.
Keeping the roots secured.
It was and they stayed in there. They were stuck. They were just in there the whole, for the rest of the match. 3 Kenzans.
Well, hell yeah.
And boy, did he ever crash and burn.
All right, I want to fast forward. I'm done with this step by step, day by day. I want to go.
Well, that was the first round. So are we just fast forward?
Speed race.
I want to just go to the main. I want to just talk about the main.
No. Let's hear Brian.
Okay.
Let's go through them.
Keep going, Brian.
All right. So the second round, it was Mercer versus the Body, who came out as a her, because she is they are the non-binary Mick Foley of deathmatch wrestling.
Larry, did you announce that?
Now, that actually, I'm a little miffed about that because I tried to pull something like that out of the Body for their intro, and they just kept telling me, call me Needle Dick. And I was like, Needle Dick is Needle Dick. I was like, I like that thing that you led your promo with when you were like, hey, it's the Body, the greatest they superstar in the history of XPW. Like, that sounds better for an announcer to announce before calling you the XPW Body, the greatest they superstar in the history of XPW or the history of wrestling or whatever lofty thing like that. But they wanted me to call them Needle Dick. And what you just said, Brian, is even better than the greatest they superstar. What was that line you just gave me?
The non-binary Mick Foley?
Yeah. When was that? Who said that? Who said that?
No one said it. I mean, I guess I might have. I don't know. I don't think anyways. He's just.
That's great. That is the material. As
Foley.
An announcer, that is the material that I am trying to pull out of wrestlers. And I love wrestlers, and I hate wrestlers at the same time who give me so much to say, but give me something besides like Pat, Brian,
right?
Sean. No, you fucking,
a moniker. You need a fucking moniker.
Yeah, fucking Kit Osborne. To me, I really don't like Kit, but I love announcing. I love announcing him, the Casanova Thriller from Villanova, whatever the fuck it is, I love that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Well, Brian, you christened that. I might run it by the Body and see if they're into it.
Dude, he's the fucking MVP. Him and the Hardcore Hillbilly are like the MVPs of this event. Hardcore Hillbilly.
Brian, speed through because I'm getting you off target.
Sorry. You fucking. I have a little bit of ADHD,
Yeah, and I'm getting you off target.
The next, what was it? Mercer beat the Body. He tossed. He threw. There was 2 rings. Shane Mercer threw the Body from one ring to the other one. I just wanted to say that.
First time the other ring was really used, right?
It was basically, yeah, I felt so bad on that other side. Eric Ryan versus Drake Younger in the quietest match. The first time ever in the quietest match I've ever seen take place. The crowd sounded like a library during this goddamn dream match, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, lose your mind a little for these people.
Ryan, look at everything that you have. Look at everything you have now said that has happened, and the heat, and all of the screaming that they've already done for everything you've gone out over. And I'm not saying that's not to diminish Drake and fucking Eric Ryan's draw power, but bro, we were fucking exhausted.
No, it wasn't the workers' fault. The crowd just sucks. They fucking were quiet and just sit. I mean, I guess it was like very Japanese style where they were
that's
like
what I was
thinking. They were sitting and viewing politely, but it's wrestling. Goddamn it! It's not meant to be polite. It's XPW and it's meant to be offensive. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
I feel like if Brian was there, he would have had every single person holding a specific sign, and like he would have you could have maybe brought the energy up. You could
these signs.
He would have poisoned the entire locker room.
Yeah, he would have given everybody acid, and the show would have been awesome.
They would have loved it. You understand me?
Thank you for keeping the Blvd Bullies section and the MAGA section separate. I appreciate that. Because with you out there in the field, I don't want people to get confused, you know?
My section.
The Jew section.
Brian, what's up with you and Schlack's dick? Why do you keep commenting everywhere about no Schlack, only dick?
It's a sign for the MVP, the body, who likes to use his dick in matches. So there is no Schlack. There is only dick.
Oh, so it's like a pro body sign.
It's a pro body sign. I should put his little head on it.
It's taking Schlack's signature, what he says on
the body will one day be the fucking king of the death match.
Well, why wouldn't it say no God, only dick? When you add Schlack to it, it's a little confusing.
It's Schlack's moniker.
Listen, you add Schlack to it. Because if you say no God, only dick, people might be like, what? But if you say no Schlack, only dick, they're going to immediately be like, oh, like how they say no God, only Schlack.
Right.
They're immediately, by putting Schlack's name up where God's name would be, they're immediately going to get like, oh, it's like kind of like that phrase, but like, no, since Schlack is God, no Schlack, only dick.
No, I hate it.
I don't care that you hate it. I'm bad take fry. And I stay to my bad take.
He's got a bad take?
I hate it.
He's taking it.
I absolutely hate it. It's
It's
weird and confusing.
It is confusing, but thus is life.
Hey, let's talk about the thing that happened next, Brian. I really want you to keep going. We're powering through. We still have to talk about the mainstream wrestling.
Drake Younger beat Eric Ryan in the dream match. So Drake Younger advances. Arrow Boy versus Big Joe. Does anybody know who won?
I do.
I know you know. Does Sean or goddamn fucking poor take Patrick?
I'm gonna guess Arrow Boy. Sorry that I made my camera shoot my crotch for you guys.
Good guess. It was a good
guess.
It's
okay. I knocked my camera over when we were showing the jacket.
You have a guess there, Sean?
It's the 420 episode.
It's the 420 episode, everybody. Hey, welcome to the show. I started off invisible. Then I unplugged my microphone. Then for the audience didn't see that, but you guys just saw my crotch. Just like I moved my computer down. It's been good. Brian, what the hell else happened on this show, dude?
God damn it.
I feel like I was there. I'm getting hot.
It was a 6-hour show.
Right. It's a goddamn 16-man fuck fest. Arrow Boy beat Big Joe.
Come here.
And there's one spot that stood out in my mind is when Big Joe puts Arrow Boy inside of a shopping cart with tubes, and he just pushes that motherfucker right into the side of the ring, and it was awesome.
Featured on my reel, my newest reel on Real Larry Legend. That spot was great. I loved it too.
Oh, good. Thank you, 41 Down. God damn it.
Come here. Come here.
Who's next?
Come here.
Read the paper.
Trying. I got the worst handwriting.
Read the
Give me a
piece of
little
paper.
girl.
God damn it, Brian.
So the next match was Masada
Mm.
versus Lou Nixon.
Wow.
And it was a guy. It was there. When Masada wrestles, it's different.
I'm
know?
exhausted.
You should be.
Go, it's a show.
It's a 16-man fuck fest.
Yeah, girl.
All right. So then what else
Can you
happened?
agree? Can you at least agree with me? With
Yeah,
that
I
when
agree.
Masada
I
wrestles?
agree. What happened? What else
It was
happened?
a fuck fest.
I want to get to. I
When
want to get to
Masada
talking.
wrestles, it's different.
Masada's awesome.
He is different.
Yeah.
He's different, man. It's when he does a match, it feels different than other matches, I would say.
Yeah, because
And
he's
he-
really actually hurting the other person.
And he's getting hurt.
He hits really hard. He's one of the stiffest workers
Oh,
I ever
Absolutely.
seen in my life, bro. It's like I would not want to fight any of the guys, but Masada would be at the very, very bottom of the list. Like I'd be like, yeah, him and Schlack probably last.
Mhm.
Everybody else, I know I'm gonna get the shit kicked out of me, but Eric Ryan, I can look eye to eye with. Drake and I are pretty much the same height. A wall like Schlack, thinking of that on you, or Masada. I'm just gonna curl up in a ball and be like, "Fuck! I hope this is over soon."
Masada, absolutely terrifying.
I have 3 notes from this match. Can I say my 3 notes?
Go ahead,
Please.
Brian. Please
My
do.
3 notes is the sound guy was doing fucking whippets with fucking Hillbilly and prematurely evacuated and started playing Masada's music before the match even ended. And it was just that was funny to me. And then also Larry's Masada intro is probably one of the greatest intros to exist in wrestling. The enthusiasm and the gusto on that intro it gives me little chilly willies. And my third note,
Larry, do you care to
is-
comment on that, Larry?
All I'm gonna say is I've said it before, but like every intro is like a little mini song. It's a little mini song that you're singing. And if you can make the song match the entrance music or the vibe of the wrestler, like Tremont has a very specific vibe to his entrance, and you can do the intro to match that vibe, then you'll give the wrestlers goosebumps, you'll give the ref goosebumps, you'll give the sound guy goosebumps. Everyone will be ready for the fight and be like, oh shit, it's about to go down. And Masada is a song that I love to sing and I miss singing for all of these years. Last time I got to announce him was down in San Antonio for No Holds Barred. And I relish that I get to announce him and that I get to announce him as the fucking champ. Not just an announcer, he's the champ.
Masada!
it's my favorite song in deathmatch wrestling is your intro for Masada, is what I will say.
And real quick, the perfect way for that song to end is for the crowd to chant Masada, Masada. That's the end of that song. Like it's got to
Facts.
bleed right into everyone clapping and applauding, and then going right into Masada, Masada.
Yeah, but it was hot that day, so
Yeah, it was hot and no one
yeah,
did
it was hot. Yeah.
Oh well.
I'll
No one did it?
have your back on
The people who
fucking
lived in
Thanks,
California were hot that day in California.
Well, Masada won that match, so now we're off to the
Sorry.
final. We're off to the final.
Off to the finals. Finally, this is what I wanted to talk about here because Larry
Fatal-
I bet you do.
did. Yeah. That's what the big headline is. Local man sets
Oh, wait,
self
whoa,
on
whoa.
fire.
Hold
Let's
on.
get into
He
it.
just
We
wants to
didn't
come, dude. He doesn't even want any foreplay.
All right,
He's
come on,
I just
continue.
want to get to that part. I want to talk
We
about
gotta
it.
get to the fucking fire,
You
bro.
want no foreplay, no fucking
All right,
kisses.
continue.
The
I'm
woman,
sorry.
the lady doesn't come if there's no foreplay.
Oh my
I
god.
agree with you, Brian. A true spoken like a true lovemaker, but Pat's
You
trying to get a
understand?
nut. Yeah, Pat's trying to get his
He's a
shit.
selfish boy, a selfish poor take man.
You guys are being unfair. That's just unbelievable.
All
Continue.
right, let's get to
Continue,
get to the
please.
fight. Get
This
to
is the
fight.
finals. The finals, Mr. Robert Noir announced would be a fatal 4-way match, which will now be Shane Mercer, Arrow Boy, Drake Younger, and the XPW champion, Masada.
Arrow boy.
So,
Yeah, and that came from me. I said, I've just gotten word from the back. And Rob specifically wanted me to say, I've just gotten word from the back. And I did. I maybe changed that to like, I just got word from XPW management. I maybe changed it to that. But specifically when I was given that direction, Rob told me that, and I kind of breathed a sigh of relief because I was thinking, oh God, 4 more matches, at this point, like, oh wait, yeah, 3 more,
That's insane. That would have been if they did fucking singles matches for the rest, it would have fucking went forever.
Well,
unless they did like 30.
Sounds like
matches.
It did.
I heard last year they got out of there at 3 a.m. That was last year. So tonight, this year we did better. But yeah, it was a fatal 4-way. We got word from the back. That all 4 were going to fight now.
So, Larry, by this time you had put everything that anybody offered you right in your mouth. And you
Fireball from Bo Cooper gave me some Fireball. And
so you were feeling a type of way at this point. By the way, it's our 420 episode. Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah. They were oh,
God.
It is the 420 episode. I'm sorry.
So you were all bombed out and depleted by this fatal 4-way main event.
I was tired. I was ready for it to be over. I was drinking a lot. I'm not proud to admit it, but I was drinking a lot and probably
you were enjoying yourself. You were trying to relieve stress.
More libations than water. Okay,
not a good mix.
Not a good mix. But not the heat and the white dinner, the blazer, all that. The hat. It was a lot. So I was ready to get over with it. I was happy that I got that word from the back.
So when it was a fatal 4-way, you said to yourself, you know what? Fuck this. We're doing rampway entrances.
Well, because Pat, it was late. It was already late.
It was smart.
And
that's smart thinking. It's smart thinking to do rampway entrances.
And also, hold on. I was I hate to admit this, but I will admit it. I was a little unclear about the final thing that we saw at that show. I thought that the final thing at that show was going to be a challenge, and a challenge would be accepted starting off with intros. Like, all right, the match has been accepted. In this corner, da-da-da-da. In that corner, da-da-da-da. It's about to go down. Like, that's what I was thinking. And as we saw, at the end of that fatal 4-way, it ended with just like and we're off, and here's another fight you didn't know you were going to get,
Right.
So, Pat, I did say I'm going to fucking just speed through this, get to that final thing, but I was expecting to do the big Japanese-style intros for Drake and Schlack, which it eventually was that we saw. But I went ahead and announced them down the ramp, and then as soon as Drake got into the ring, he started telling me that he wanted me to apologize to Masada for him for drinking his lighter fluid. And he also said to me, have I...
What? Wait. Finish what you're saying. What?
Okay, hold on. Drake got into the ring, and he came over to me, and he goes, I need you to apologize to Brink for me for drinking his lighter fluid. And I'm like, and I could smell it. I could smell it on his breath. And I'm like, whoa, you did? And he's like, yeah, man, it was terrible. But shortly after he had said that, he said, have you done the intros already? And I was like, oh yeah, Drake, I did them as y'all were coming down. And he's like, we'll do them again. Come on, big match style intros. Let's go, Larry. And I'm like, fuck.
Lighter fluid poisoned his mind.
Drake is the general, and he caught me in the act of trying to skirt by, but I'm the fucking best in the business.
Dude,
but he kind of exposed me. He kind of exposed me because if anybody knows the way I lay it down for the tournament finals, I typically will announce each guy and who they've qualified for the finals over. And because of all the drinking and the heat and the this and the that, I couldn't
You gave him the
call
quick.
it.
You gave him the quick spots. You gave him the quick
I gave
spots.
him the quick from where they're from and what they were called. And I think everybody appreciated it. And I gave it the old heave-ho. And I gave it all the gusto that it needed. And I announced everybody except Masada, because by the time Masada was coming out, Drake had already told me, do the intros again.
I
So
couldn't
I was
even
like-
believe that you were doing it a second time. Like
I was demanding.
I was like, what the fuck are we getting right now, dude? It literally like
Well,
shocked.
I know better. I will admonish myself as if I were Drake. I know better than the way that the last thing should feel, you know? But I was tired. I was fucking tired. And I felt like everyone was tired and it was getting later and later. And again, I thought that there was going to be kind of a sort of ceremony before that last thing. I was unclear.
You were
how
saving
that
your
last thing
energy
was
for
gonna
a
go.
thing that never came.
Yes. And
It's not your
since I
fault.
was like, well, Drake's the boss, applesauce. So, you know, he drank lighter fluid.
So
He got
I would
the
assume
ring.
he grabbed a bottle of water that was sitting on like a piece of gear right outside of the curtain, chugged it like it was water, but it turned out to be Masada's predetermined lighter fluid that he was going to be ingesting and spewing.
And I guess, Brian, that's a great segue for you to talk about this cacophony of violence. And I guess we're out of this segment after this.
Oh my god, dude. This whole thing is absolutely insane. It might be the craziest thing that I've ever seen happen. Because I've like live I've never seen anything like it. This man, first he disappears into the back and you don't know where he goes, and then he comes out with a fucking flaming stick of fire. And it's already a spectacle because it's just a fucking huge stick of fire, dude.
Can I remind everyone of how hot I've been saying it was in that area all day? Imagine this heat. Continue.
Dude, he's walking around the front, the ringside area, spewing this fluid at the wrestlers. And it's
Drake got it first. Drake got it first, right?
He dodges it. He dodges out of the way.
Like a
Okay.
nice, like a doll sim.
I think that he gets Arrow Boy. It might be Arrow Boy or Shane Mercer. I can't
It was
remember.
Mercer. It was only two
Mercer.
that kind of got it, right? Only two
Right.
were able
Arrow
to get that.
Right. It was Mercer. But after he gets Mercer, he's walking, right? And before anything crazy, really crazy even happens, I'm already bugging because the fire is like touching the fucking cameraman and it's like right next to the fucking audience's faces.
Yeah,
The fire-
imagine
I'm like giggling. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
imagine a video game where like a new type of enemy comes out and it's just a man who's 6'6" and he's walking with a water bottle and a flaming stick. And he takes like three
an
steps,
ancient
sips
warrior.
it, spews it. Huge fireball.
Yeah.
Then takes 3 more steps, sips it, spews it. That's basically the visual of what you got going on.
Like
But what the man
and then-
didn't.
Like that shit is the music.
North of Corpus, 5 inches from the sun.
I don't know if anybody follows Boulevard Bullies.
What'd you
And
say?
I'm sorry, I don't know if anybody follows Boulevard Bullies.
Well, that is the
on
name. That is the
Instagram.
show, Brian.
I'm saying on Instagram. I don't know if you follow our Instagram, which you
You
should.
better.
at
We got
Boulevard
exclusive.
Bullies.
Brian, you obtained
I don't know.
exclusive
I
photos.
can't remember the guy's name. It's like Spectre.
It's like Johnny Black times 3.
Right. It's something. Whatever it was.
Brian,
guy,
you
yeah.
you had
The
to have a
photographer,
source.
The great photographer.
You
I
Sean Ross
outsourced.
sapped yourself right into getting live footage into photos, and your source sent it to us. An
I'm
exclusive.
going to tell you right now, that source thanked me and told me how dope my posts were and like the music was sick. The music that I posted with the pictures was perfect.
Wow.
He
Perfect.
thanked me.
Well,
but-
thank him.
Dude, if you don't follow, dude, it's first you see the guy spewing it, and then all of a sudden, his full
His
fucking
whole front.
head,
Yeah.
it starts like here, and then it just engulfs his entire skull.
His
dude. And
iconic
he's-
beard braid was like a candle wick.
Yeah, dude, that was a very scary image. Very scary image. He looked like Ghost Rider.
the ultra-violent Ghost Rider,
Legit.
what his new name is.
I will tell you this much though. Y'all remember when Undertaker got burnt? How fast his ass was moving to get out of that fire?
No way.
The way that Brian Kendrick and Paul London were like he was like, yup, trying to get
Dude,
that shit off
The
of
way
him because he didn't.
the way Masada just calmly
He just like
is,
jogged it off.
walking,
He
dude,
ran it
and
off.
he's
Yeah.
he's like it's like an unreal thing, dude.
Yeah.
He's an animal beast.
He's a beast.
And
Yeah, he is a
he's
beast.
so
Yeah.
stoked, dude.
Yeah.
And like he gets it out himself, and then the fucking guy, idiot,
like 30 seconds later,
around the ring and sprays him in his face.
Right.
And that's just very funny.
He jogs it off. And there's many little funny, because we got multiple angles sent to us. There's many funny things happening. Like,
there's water bottles being thrown.
and the ref does like a weird stompy dance on the apron. Have you seen that
not
angle?
really funny. It's not even, when you think about it, it's like people just thinking like instinct.
The ref was doing like thoughts. A Fortnite emote like on the apron, like trying to get the fire out, like boop,
wild,
boop, boop.
Man.
Like he was playing Dance Revolution. And Masada,
mind, Larry, like when you see, like,
yeah,
you've obviously been around some like crazy shit.
Where
were
like, you when this was happening as well? Yeah.
So y'all, I am not lying to you that I was really fucked up, and I was actually like sitting on a high chair, and this is very rare for me to sit during events.
You're like Edible Sean. You're like Edible Sean.
Dude, I was like sitting on the high chair, like rocking. Like, just like keeping myself like, you know.
This is happening.
So it's like,
and then
you were looking right at it, but you didn't.
And then I was like looking on the I was looking at it, and then I was looking on the monitor.
Like, oh shit.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry to cut everybody off, but the guy not only has his face and whole like top half lit on fire for at least like 10 to 15 seconds. I don't know how long it is.
Rob Black says 20.
20. That's like wrestling tour. That's like a wrestling number. You know, that's like when they say that the guy's like 7 foot, 500 pounds.
Yeah, that's definitely a wrestling number. Yeah.
Whatever. He was on fire for like 10 seconds.
How many seconds do you think he was on fire for, Sean? You've seen the clips.
Maybe it looks like 10 to 15 seconds.
Larry?
I'm going to say from the time the fire first engulfed him to the walk all the way around the ring, the walk all the way around the ring to where he's patting himself and finally goes out. I'm going to say 15 seconds at least.
10 to 15.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to go $1, Bob. I'll go 6 seconds. 6 to 8 is my guess.
Anything over 1 second of your skin being on fire is fucked. So fuck anybody.
No way it hit 10. No way it hit 10.
Seconds.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like his hair
5 to 6 seconds. This man is on fire.
Yeah, it looked really bad, but I guess he patted it out, ran it out, then like leaned over the guardrail, and maybe like 10 seconds later, the guy slides in and just sprays him right in the face with the fire extinguisher, which is it's probably a good idea. You want to get all the embers out, but it's like
what's even in an extinguisher? What's inside of an extinguisher?
Any oxygen that he had left in his lungs was immediately taken by that fire extinguisher shot.
It can't be good for his skin. Whatever it is, the guy wrestled for another 11 minutes and did technical rest. The first 2 minutes after he was on fire, Shane Mercer does the fucking moonsault fucking fall away slam off the fucking ropes.
With him?
To Masada?
To Masada.
Jeez.
Sizzling. He's sizzling. His skin is sizzling, and Shane Mercer's flipping the man's body.
You called him the Chili's fajita plate Masada.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, bro.
It was sizzling. Can you imagine what his skin must have felt like touching the canvas of touching another human being so shortly after having fire lit on it?
He took tubes
like
to his burns.
All that adrenaline, the rush that you're feeling right then and there, that's nothing. What comes afterwards, the hour afterwards, is what you really, when it sets in, is like, that.
Yo, I wouldn't even take a shower. I feel like showering after the adrenaline wears off has got to be like the worst thing in the entire world for these deathmatch
there's no shower for that type of injury, Pat. It's ER skin graft. You're talking the shower. The shower is for glass and thumbtacks at the end of Cage of Death and barbed wire. That's the shower. That is ER skin grafts.
Jeez, but apparently he was fine. Hey, Brian, take over. Listen, I hate to leave you guys. This has been a terrible show. It's my fault.
What are you talking about?
I have to pee. Brian, take over, Brian.
Man.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Can I tell you what Rob Black said Masada did after this match? I wish Pat was here for this. Masada, being the man that he is, not only wrestled for another 11 minutes after being on fire, but he went to the back, drank a beer, and was contemplating if he should or shouldn't go to the hospital.
Do you want to know what Masada did, y'all?
What?
Masada did some Bam Bam Bigelow shit that time that Bam Bam Bigelow ran into the burning building and saved them kids, and he got burns all over his body. Like, it wasn't in a match, but that's some real beastly shit. And what was Bam Bam Bigelow known as? The Beast from the East.
Mm-hmm.
What is Masada? The ultra-violent beast. They get burned. They get burnt out, bitches.
Dude.
Scared of no goddamn fire.
Dude, the fact that he just was a champion. He was a champion. He finished his match and he went to the back, drank a fucking beer, and didn't even know if he wanted to fucking waste his time to go to the hospital. But he did go to the hospital, as what Rob Black has told the masses, as from the advice of his peers, from the advice from his other people around him, told him that he should. I agree. He was probably severely burned, at least second-degree burns to his face. Dude, having a fire on your face for more than 2 seconds, you're fucked. And it's in his sinuses. How do you even breathe? How do you breathe? How do you breathe?
I was reading the comments.
Everybody laughs when I speak.
No, Brian, it was just about Larry being in a murderous trance.
I was reading the comments. I was seeing people saying the venue. Someone was the venue didn't like it. Bald Steve was 90 seconds. That's all. I like to read the comments. But the venue didn't like it. Have we heard anything about this?
The OTB was not pleased. The Veterans Sports Book. What's the name of the place?
It's called the Derby Room.
The Derby Room.
Can we get to the end of this goddamn death match?
All right, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's the 420 episode.
It's a 420 episode.
I'm still smoking. But, okay.
Tune in next week for our huge auction at 420 episode.
Yeah, for
Larry's
great. White blazer.
We have to make a nice picture and a promo.
Well, Brian, as long as you bring... By the way, Brian, just pause what you're saying right now. Just a quick update. If you want to do a super chat and ask Larry or Brian or Sean or myself a question, you will win yourself, at the very least, a Third Eye Blind sealed compact disc music.
Right. As of right now, can I just say,
cut ties with all the lies that you...
Listen to me. Listen to my words.
Yes.
As of this moment, Urka is in the lead with $4.40.
She's getting the car.
The lot.
She's getting
the lot.
She's getting everything.
If no one else donates, she's getting everything.
How much time? I didn't even look. What time is it?
She will be the highest donation of the night.
And also, you guys,
the second highest.
Wow,
you guys want to see a new graphic?
We talked for a while.
Hey, a new graphic.
Take it away quick.
Take it away quick.
Yeah, that's way too long.
That was way too long.
Sorry about that. That'll be up on the store soon. So if you want to become a member, you get behind the scenes things. If you want to give super chats, we always give fun things away. Usually a mix of cards and old disc media. And next week we're going to do an auction, which will have different guidelines as well. Larry's giving away his XPW blazer, white blazer, very storied legacy item.
Yeah.
And Sean, myself, and Brian will also be bringing legacy items from our own life.
I might bring two.
So, yeah, so Masada lit his own face on fire.
He didn't get pinned. The champion didn't get pinned.
So
who
won?
Who was on fire.
Drake Younger won.
Drake Younger is the Killafornia 2 King of the Death Match winner.
By pinning whom?
I think it was Shane Mercer.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the. Let me see my notes. Let me refer. I didn't write it. I don't remember. But Drake Younger wins.
Down.
God damn it. Drake Younger
Sorry,
wins.
Larry. Sorry, I couldn't resist, Larry.
It's the 420 episode.
Drake Younger wins, and then the man himself, while Drake Younger is accepting his trophy.
Guns don't kill people. Slack kills people.
No Schlack, only dick.
Yeah.
Pat hates it. Pat hates it.
I hate that.
He'll
It's
like
a
it
little
eventually.
strange. It's too much dick.
Schlack's dick comes out.
Schlack
really
literally comes out guns blazing.
C-U-M. Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
That's good. That's
That's
good.
very good.
But
That's
then
that
Schlack,
bloodshed
not for the
that
second
Julius
year.
Smokes used to do.
For the second year in a row, smashes the trophy.
Schlack hates trophies.
He hates
He
it.
can't stand the sight
I was
of
so
them.
scared when he did it. Look at me. I'm so scared because he really whips the shit out of it. Like,
Dude, Drake loved
and
that
just
trophy.
like, dude, it was wild. I couldn't believe how it was he really wanted it gone. He's like, fuck this shit.
He hates them. He absolutely cannot stand trophies.
Yeah, because he loves belts.
He loves
Right.
belts. Okay.
He loves title belts.
Makes sense.
And when he
Drake
smashed
Younger
that
was-
trophy,
oh.
Drake was like, all my hard work, everything I fought
Poof.
for, fuck yeah, and just
Oh, yeah, he's-
tackled Schlack.
And you
Just shot
powder,
him.
you're gone. You're out of here. You're like,
I'm gone.
oh, good Lord,
I'm like,
Jesus.
I guess no
Let's
intros.
let's put some context into this. This is a ladder match for the championship.
How did they
No,
know that a
no.
run-in was going to result in a ladder
Nobody
match?
knew. Nobody. The only way you knew is that the title was hanging from the little sky, and there was a ladder in the fucking ring.
Huh. Okay. All right.
That's the way it went down. It was all very. And I'm going to tell you. Can I break the fourth wall
Please do.
here?
Yeah.
Please
I'm going
do.
to pull the curtain.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull the curtain.
Pull the curtain back, Brian.
Drake Younger wrestled these fucking 4 matches with a broken fucking back.
Yep.
He has fractured vertebrae.
From
his
obviously from
back.
carrying the entire nation on his back politically.
Right.
Well, he's about to have a new baby. He announced that he's
He has
having
a family.
twins.
He's
He's having
a teacher.
twins.
He's a
He's
teacher.
having twins.
Does he not have
He announced that
children
he's
already?
having twins.
He homeschools his
You know,
children.
and he has twins. So that plus the wrestling.
Sean's
and,
face this whole time has been like, why am I even on this show?
It's the 420 episode.
420, Sean?
Okay.
So,
We're drinking.
Larry, did you see Drake Younger's broken back live and in person?
I mean, I guess that I did, but we didn't know that his back was broken.
He didn't
We
even
ha-
know, dude. Drake Younger didn't even know.
He seemed to be walking around fine afterwards, and the next morning.
Was there like a lump or anything on his back?
So at one point in between matches, he taped himself up heavily. Brian, you might know exactly when the
He
two
did.
matches were.
After the first match, he taped himself up. If
So
you
again,
watch,
after Dirty Ron, something happened during Dirty Ron, and he had not a contusion, but a protrusion, like when it's outward.
a
you know?
contusion,
A protrusion.
a
Yeah,
protrusion.
maybe that's it.
Sean, you're that
not a
resident
prolapse.
expert doctor.
Some sort of
Yeah, dude.
toxin fusions.
A
Like,
protrusion.
I guess the best way that I
Sean, you're the
I guess the best-
MLW doctor. Can you
Yeah.
weigh in on what it was? Was it a protrusion or a reclusion?
It was a conclusion.
Brian, no, Brian, no.
no.
Put it away. Put it away, Brian. Put it away, Jesus, Brian.
No!
No, oh
Hey.
shoot.
Get that shit down. Tell us. So it was like, you know what I'm talking about.
Was it a
You know what it looked
contusion
like?
or a protrusion, Sean?
What it looked like, y'all, to anybody is it looked like a grapefruit-sized cyst
Ooh,
was on the right side of his back.
Grapefruit's huge.
Yeah, and it's funny you kind of tease Sean about being a doctor, but if y'all don't know, Schlack is very
medical.
knowledgeable about the body.
He's a prison doctor. He's a prison.
Dude, he's a
prison
multi-talented
medicine.
man. Dude, he's a
pretty much-
fucking tattoo artist. He's a rock star, a wrestler, and a
And
goddamn
he's-
All right, Brian, calm down.
doctor.
You know what? Listen,
And
just
he's really smart. He's really smart
is a
in all
smart
of that
man.
shit.
he's
you
a
know?
smart man.
So he fucking like at some point during the night that big thing went away. Like at some point there was one match then and we were in the back and I asked Drake, how's the thing on your back? And he's like, it's gone. And I'm like, what? And he turned around and showed me and the big grapefruit sized thing was gone and his back was like flat.
Body
And he
slammed it out of
claimed-
him.
Well, that's what he claimed. He was like, I think Mercer gave me a big slam.
Yeah,
And I just
broke his
landed and it was-
goddamn back.
Maybe that was it. Maybe he was
Like
broke.
the- like
It was
the
a
water
broken
bed.
back.
I think it was definitely already broken while there was the protrusion, and that's why there's a goddamn protrusion. That's like a broken back. You know what I mean?
Smart.
Oh, yeah. Brian, you hit it right on the nail.
Yeah.
They call me
So
bad
I guess I saw
Woo.
Drake's broke back.
Damn.
Oh.
Damn
And then
it.
what happened? Then Schlack fought Shane.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. Well, can I tell you the end? I'm gonna go to the
Just
right
tell
to
me the
end.
very end.
Drake Younger, Schlack climbs the ladder, climb, and Drake Younger is like watching Schlack climb the ladder, holding the ladder while Schlack's climbing, and then Schlack grabs the title, and then and then Drake pushes it. Schlack crashes and burns through the tables and glass and wins the match, while Drake Younger.
I'm just looking at the chat. Go ahead.
Well, fucking Drake Younger is very upset and still ready to go. So
Shoot.
I think Schlack wins. Larry is very interested.
Yeah.
Patrick is laughing.
I am loving, yes. So Schlack won the match.
Schlack was the King Kong final boss. Yeah.
Yeah, but Drake was still ready to go. He was not.
When he smashed the trophy, I couldn't believe Drake
No, I'm
shot
saying-
him.
I'm saying at the end of the match, after the ladder was pushed, Drake was standing there very upset that the match was over. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have.
I think
ready to go. He could have
he's smart. I mean, as a wrestler, Drake he's craftier than to fucking wait for Schlack to be holding the belt, then push the ladder, meaning that Schlack's either going to hold his ass up with the belt, maybe get some damage done, but ultimately win. I think Drake thinks of himself as a craftier deathmatch competitor to let some silly shit like that happen.
It was a good finish, though. It was like a creative finish.
I will say the timing was off though, because
you said he stood there and watched.
Because he was standing there looking at Schlack grab the title.
So how would you prefer it, Brian? He'd be like crawling away, selling, like trying to peek behind, like.
He should have been selling until the last final moment where Schlack is touching the title,
Yeah.
and then got up and pushed it, like it's like the timing.
Well, it was a long day, Brian.
Right.
It was
and
a
he has
long
broken
day.
Fucking back. The
I'm
guy
sure
has a broken back.
Had a part to do with it too.
What if he was on all fours, looking behind himself, like looking up on all fours, selling? As soon as he sees Schlack grab the belt, he gets up, hits the ropes that he's facing, cannonballs the ladder.
Smashes the ladder, dude.
His whole body cannonballs the whole fuck. And like Schlack,
happy.
Yes, and Schlack is like, "What the fuck? He's a fucking maniac!" And he grabs and falls. But do you think Drake could?
So much better, dude.
No, you just need a push right there. You just need a push.
I know, because what if he cannonballed it and it didn't even move? What if he cannonballed it and it didn't even move?
Yeah, or it just like Schlack couldn't come down with the belt. It's just too unpredictable.
Just saying, the fact that he was standing there watching him for like a little too long.
So you take issue with the attention to detail.
Right.
Basically.
Well, right. I'm being a nitpicker. I'm nitpicking, but it was an awesome. It was an awesome ending to an awesome night.
And also, I think like, it's like, hey, you know what? Yeah, maybe people will notice that I am looking, but I'd rather get it right than try to oversell it and fuck it up. Like let's just get it right.
Yeah, Drake doesn't know when to stop ever.
Dude, he had a broken fucking back. That's like wild.
He's got 2 kids. He's got twins on the way. He's got a Desert Eagle.
And he's teaching his current kids. He's teaching his current kids.
Yeah,
Drake's going full Desert Eagle.
And all the kids, the current kids, all have Desert Eagles.
I think that'll be his.
Carries it, bro.
I think that'll be his 11th and 12th child. Am I wrong? Or
that's what he said. He said the Lord said in the good book, "Be fruitful and prosper," or something, whatever that quote is.
Yeah.
He said it right there in front of everybody.
Brian, I hate your signs so much.
This was Larry's idea. Damn it!
I like that one.
Larry, who won the porn off? Wasn't there like an XPW porn off?
Yeah,
like
the non-binary Mick Foley came out for the 3rd time. And he tarnished the Miss Extreme contest.
Inserted themselves.
He kicked all the whores, as he would say.
Whoa, Brian.
As they would say. I'm not sure if he came out as a man. He might have came out as a man at the end. I can't recall. if he was a they.
The red. He had the red.
Kit Martini went as far to say she doesn't know if he's a she, he, they, cat, dog, which made me laugh.
She said some really derogatory things.
It was very funny. It was very funny. I loved it.
All right, listen, we're done. We're done with this.
Shut your mouth, Patrick.
All right.
Hurry up, because we got 10 minutes for regular wrestling.
Yeah, we got 10. We've left 10 minutes for regular wrestling. Unless you guys want to go to 10 to 10. Unless you want to do an extra.
I'm Pat. Come on.
Larry's on a tight schedule.
That's an audible. I'm not prepared. I'm tired.
No one's ever prepared. Pat tries to pull audibles every week.
Come on. So what? The first match announced for
the first match announced for May in New Jersey is Kit Martini versus the Body.
Cat.
I keep saying Kit. You're
sorry. You're thinking of Kit Osborne, the Villanova from Casanova.
God damn it! It's Cat Martini versus the Body for the television championship. And I'm very excited.
Brian wants to be the XPW social media manager so badly.
Ambassador. The ambassadors.
We're off the rail.
We're the ambassadors.
He's a shepherd. He's a shepherd of the game.
XPW is trending #1 worldwide during that show.
Understand?
It's been a while since I've been with a company that's trended worldwide.
All right. Let's talk about mainstream wrestling. First of all, Brian, could you just show? I thought you were frozen there for a second because you're just continuously just demonetizing us every chance that you get.
It's the 420 episode.
I thought just because I'm Jewish it was okay.
Well, it's a 420 episode.
Right. We're smoking. Right. We're drinking.
Did you guys hear that CM Punk showed up at Raw? Is this real? Would he actually show up at Raw in Chicago and try to talk to... You hear what happened? You hear about this?
I have not heard this. Pat, dedicate some time.
Larry.
What?
You didn't know that, Larry?
What? Last night, Raw was in Chicago. CM Punk apparently flew from Florida to Chicago on a plane with a bunch of ex-WWE guys chumming around. Walked in.
Who?
Apparently, I don't know who he was on the plane with. I don't know who he walked in with. Apparently, he walked in with current WWE talent. He said hello to The Miz and squashed some type of beef with The Miz. This is just bullies.
So it must have been FTR. He must have been there with FTR.
Who you think they showed up to? I feel like if they
WWE guys.
I feel like if they had walked in, we would have heard that too. You know,
but
I feel like if they were going
with FTR is not WWE guys.
I want to know who the guys were, but he squashed.
But apparently he said hello to a bunch of people. He squashed some beef with The Miz and said hello and buried the hatchet with The Miz. Then also what he did was he got greeted by Triple H. This is what I've read. This is what my sources are telling me. Met Triple H, asked Triple H to speak for 2 minutes. Triple H said, hey, I'm going to have to ask the big guy about that one. And then 20 to 25 minutes passed and came down from Vince that CM Punk was asked to leave the building.
No!
Sean, am I making this up? Am I making any of this up, Sean?
But it's only, it's only hearsay.
Brian, put your notebook away. Sean's taking over.
I don't believe it.
Sean, tell me, corroborate what I just said, please.
So it's speculation that he was in the building in the United Center. That was the United Center? They were in Chicago. It was somewhere.
No, it was somewhere else. My Facebook sources tell me.
So
he probably thought he was being a terrorist.
Yeah, so literally it was just like he went around speaking to people, shaking hands, smiling, hugging babies, taking pictures, the whole nine. And word got around to Vince McMagma, and he was like, hey,
Magma.
You gotta leave the building, buddy, and it's because you are under contract with AEW still. So I don't think it was more so
you don't think it was personal.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was like I want him out.
Get that guy out of here.
We want to avoid any sort of possible allegations or contract or negotiation speaking stuff happening. So let's get you out of the building, or let's release a statement that you were kicked out of the building. Because the last thing we need is your end and my end being involved in more legal matters.
So basically, what you're telling me is Vince was like,
what? Who?
What's he doing?
He was like,
Who is
Phil Brooks.
Phil.
No, Vince doesn't talk regular now. He just like goes like, champion.
Yeah. See ya, Punk. Get them out of here.
My only comment to this whole conversation is that people under contract from AEW have been backstage to WWE.
Yeah,
Ricky Starks.
CM Punk is so goddamn Ricky Starks, bro.
Not even just him. That's like even Buddy Murphy was sitting next to Rhea Ripley.
At
like
the Hall of Fame. That's a good point,
they're
Brian. That's not a bad
affiliated. These people are just affiliated.
They are not to the caliber of a CM Punk.
It doesn't matter. He's affiliated. He loves. They're friends. He's allowed to be friends.
No, but you think that
he has been the topic of conversation since he walked out. And
marks are gonna be marks, and we're marking about. And I think that people are blowing it into out of. They saw CM Punk and they're making a crazy fucking. They're making a crazy story.
You're both
like
wrong.
A fan, bro. What's happening right now? He's unhappy where he's contracted to be a professional
he
wrestler.
was definitely poking around.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, and even if he wasn't really poking around,
if the rumors are true, he's gonna headline Wembley fucking Stadium. So why the fuck does he care?
But it's just
because maybe
move.
Maybe
it's
he
just
doesn't want to wrestle in half of Wembley. Maybe he wants to wrestle in an entire stadium.
Dude, he's coming out in fucking Chicago.
Fucking Chicago.
In fucking AEW's new show.
Nah, man.
That's what's gonna happen. He's allowed to go to fucking wrestling shows and be a fucking wrestler.
Not Raw.
No,
why not?
Not Raw. Not Raw.
Oh God.
Not Raw, dude.
Yo, and the fact apparently from what
you know what it is? He runs that town. In his eyes, Chicago's his.
He's CM Punk.
He is.
So why would he not go? Why would he not go?
Well, he's never gone before.
How do you know? Because
Brian
said he's gone. Because no one didn't see him. It's so annoying. People are so annoying, dude. The internet is so annoying. Just because you didn't see, it's like Santa Claus.
Brian.
You think Santa Claus exists?
All right, Brian, you're done. Put your notebook away. You're fucking done, son. You raise your hand the last 3 minutes of this show.
Call on me. You don't call
I will call on you. I gotta go.
I've
gotta crack the whip and be a taskmaster, Pat.
Crack that whip.
And we only have 3 minutes left. Final thoughts. I think that you're both wrong. You're all wrong. The correct answer is that CM Punk went there to poke around, and at the very least, even if Triple H does sun him and ask him to leave, which apparently happened, it's like, hey, can I talk to you for 2 minutes? Yeah, I gotta talk to Vince. Walks away. Never sees him again. Hey, security guy comes up. You gotta go, bud. Yo, that's a power play. If I've ever heard of one, if that really happened. CM Punk goes to poke around, even if he doesn't get a contract from WWE or any kind of offer or any kind of good positive news story, it was just a move to get it out there that he went, so that Tony Khan has to read on fucking Twitter that he was there. And so now it like puts some fucking, he's just an agitator, and I love him. That's the correct answer. Anyway, what about this new big gold belt? Sean, what do you think about this?
I think it is the network's way in saying we want a title on our show. I think it is the USA Network. I think Raw. I think SmackDown's going to stay with the Universal Heavyweight title. I think being that the USA Network has been poking at having a champion weekly on their show just goes to show that they're going in the direction of where the money is at. So we will be seeing a new title on Raw probably.
Yo, did any of y'all, and Larry, I know you didn't watch Raw. You've been very, very busy. I'm just going to update you real quick. Triple H came out. He said he had a big announcement, 9 o'clock hour. He comes out. The shots of him were all super tight. Even as he gets to the ring, it's just chest up, right? He's talking on the mic. And he's saying Roman Reigns is approaching 1,000 days as the Continental Universal Champion, right? And that's like unheard of and amazing. But also, and in my opinion, he now buries Roman. And he goes,
100% buries him.
Well, he has achieved that by making sure that he doesn't have to wrestle all the time. And he's politicked his way into like these 1,000 days, which I thought was like a huge mistake to do.
It's so weird.
And then he goes, well, this title, this is going to be like our secondary title. After the draft, we're splitting it. So they're not changing the name like the World Universal. You know, whatever combination of name they have for the belts that Roman's holding, that's going to become one belt. And now they're going to have the heavyweight title, which is big gold with basically a WWE logo on it.
It looks like the UFC title.
I don't think it looks bad. You know, it's just like
awesome.
Something happens and everybody either thinks it's ugly or thinks it's great. It's like, what's the problem? I didn't even think about it on that level to post it. You care enough about how the belt looks to post about it? I don't know. Oh, super chat.
Oh.
Just don't give the belt to Cody. Okay, so, Larry, just so you're up to speed, this is like the second place belt. You know? This is like...
Bro, I'm following. I was clapping for the super chat way before the sound.
I know.
I saw it, Larry.
Yeah.
So basically, I want to piggyback off of Bruiser Cab. What's up? Your stuff is in the mail from last week. You now have the choice between a sealed Third Eye Blind debut CD or a GCW card pack.
Or both.
My tenure of GCW, even though I'm not worthy of a card.
Hey, okay, so here's my question. Sean, Brian, Larry. Who do you think should be the first, WWE World Heavyweight Champion? Which, the way Triple H described it, just kind of sounds like the IC title. But whatever.
No. I mean, he I would say he completely buried the Universal Championship and said it's going to be a full timer. That it's someone that you can be proud of.
Right.
They're going to earn your acknowledgement.
Completely buried Roman.
Buried him. It was so weird. I agree with it was very strange. But I guess he's trying to put over Roman is a heel that is only used.
Yeah, but that was a little weird.
Time.
It was a little weird.
Sean,
start us off. Tell me about your thoughts. I want to hear. Did you watch this?
I did.
All right. So tell me your thoughts about it, and then tell me your champion choice.
I think it was. I'll piggyback off what Brian said. I think it was very weird to kind of bury Roman Reigns in a sense of saying that, he goes. It's kind of a thing I would do and not defend my title all the time. But you deserve a champion. You guys deserve to see somebody here every week with the title.
Because he's a heel. He's a heel.
Yeah, essentially saying you deserve somebody better than Roman.
Yeah, so it's like, it was like, as far as there being a new title, I think it's dope. As far as the person who I think will, be in the running for it, I think it'll be someone like an LA Knight, who's very Monday Night Raw material, who's someone you open a show with, who's someone you put into weird storylines with, who can actually gravitate a crowd. And it's a new title. It's a new person they have on the main roster. Give it a run, see how it works. I think he's good. I don't want them to put it on somebody who's already had a world championship. You know what I'm saying? Let's put it on someone new.
So no Seth Rollins, no Bobby Lashley, nothing like that. You want LA Knight.
We're in a new era of the WWE. We're past the Shield. We're past the biggest heist of WrestleMania. We're past that.
Well, Seth Rollins came out and basically made himself like the foremost candidate by looking at it and talking about it.
Austin Theory did. So Austin Theory's also
you're right. They were all affected by it. All right, so LA Knight for Sean. Brian, quickly, yay or nay or on the title design, and who do you think should be the first champion?
It's a big fucking yay from me. It's awesome. It's like a classic belt with a fucking modern twist, and I think that the first champion's either going to be, it's got to be either Cody Rhodes or Seth Rollins. I think that'll be like the Night of Champions match. But that's going to be both of those guys, either one of those as the first world heavyweight champion. Getting goosebumps. I love that. Hearing that again.
Yeah,
that makes me high.
And they basically took big gold and just slapped a WWE logo on it. Bruiser Cab with the super chat, who's now in the lead for the card pack or the Third Eye Blind CD, says, just don't give the belt to Cody. Larry, what do you think?
I'm with Sean. It's going to be someone new, and I think Vince is still fucking running shit, so it's going to be almost.
Oh my God!
I like that, Larry. And you know what? I wanna jump right back to who I may think be the new world title winner. And possibly you say Omos, so it leans me in the direction of Lashley. Lashley was never world champion. Lashley was around the era of the world title, but he never had it. The only world championship he had was the ECW title.
Yeah, but he's in the U.S. thing now. He's in like a U.S.
Yeah, but we know when they bring that show, when they go to the Saudis and they put those shows on, who do they want? They want Brock Lesnar looking guys. They want Bobby Lashley looking guys. So maybe he may be the guy to win the strap and walk away.
Well,
looking
that's
like,
an important that's an important detail, is that Night of Champions is in Saudi Arabia. So, you know, and usually
it's going to be Cody, dude. It's going to be Cody's American.
You said Bray Wyatt.
It won't be Bray. It's not going to be Bray. We know that much.
Oh, man. I had one last question. I had one final question for you guys. Okay. Final question. I've done away with all the notes. We're at 2 hours and 5 minutes. I know you guys have very tight and busy schedules. So I want to do one last question roundtable. And by the way, we're sending all the stuff. Brian, are we settled with the giveaways?
We sent all the giveaways have been sent.
All right, don't yell at me. I'm just asking you. I'm making sure. And then next week,
you're whipping him.
Right. Larry, you see that shit, Larry?
You're whipping him with your tone. You're like,
oh,
right,
no, Larry. Oh, man.
Oh. I'm just saying, Pat. I'm just listening, and I love what I'm seeing and hearing. But
oh, no.
You did kind of come at him like, wait, if the ship is on.
Oh, no.
Here, I've been trying to get the goddamn shit out in the mail for fucking weeks. No,
yeah, it's true. Brian texts me every single day until like Sunday when I finally open my computer. All I have to do is click 2 things and tell him the thing.
That's what you could.
But I make him text me 8 times a week for the winners.
I'm trying to get your shit in the mail, guys. Just know.
Come on, Pat. Customer service.
Mail.
Customer service.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. You would cut ties with all the lies that you've been living in. And
Pat,
if you do not want to see me again, I will understand. All right, final question. Final question. And by the way, next week we're all auctioning off legacy items. Starting with Larry's iconic sport coat.
With the Magoo, XPW Magoo from a mystery bag of wrestlers.
Sean, don't show me. Put it away.
Yeah, don't pick out your item yet. Don't pick out your item yet.
Yeah, let's give it away, Fang.
Yeah, Sean will be auctioning off his dog next week. That was 100% confirmed. All right, so we were talking about the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Brian, what's that? Tell us about that, Brian.
No, just keep going.
What are you holding?
This Masada made this for me, just so you guys know. From his bare hand. You
mentioned that. Yeah.
Oh!
All right. So since we're talking about WWE and we were going to finish up with mainstream wrestling, talking about who should be the first World Heavyweight Champion.
Nice. Thanks for that. We got another super chat.
Oh, another super chat.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you know what? Listen to that. Brian, you're talking shit about my fucking turnaround? Bruiser Cab, he just said he wanted to spend $2 just to say, hey.
Yeah, just $2.
I'm back.
Brian kicked out his audio as well. All right. Hey, guess what? Bruiser Cab, you're getting the Third Eye Blind CD.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
You get good times with all the love. Anyway, yo, thank you. Thank you for watching. Final question, mainstream wrestling question. It's very simple. Who should beat Roman Reigns? Sean.
Listen, the roads to WrestleMania is still not over. It's just begun. We're going to watch this guy go through SummerSlam. We're going to watch him have an eventful Survivor Series while he leads his team of 5 in there. And then we're going to see him win the Royal Rumble again. And then we'll be at Philadelphia to watch Cody Rhodes win the title. So the roads is not over. It's just begun.
I 100% agree with you. That is the correct answer. In case anybody was wondering, that is the correct answer on your scorecard. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't think that Roman Reigns is losing the title anytime soon.
Ever.
I mean, it's already we got a 199.
Hey, no, yeah, hey. I got my package in one day. It was very quick. Thanks. That's probably because of me. It's probably because of me and my ability to.
So Brian doesn't think Roman is losing it anytime soon, but when he does, who do you think it'll be, Brian?
Man, I think it'll probably be Cody Rhodes. I think that Cody Rhodes will eventually dethrone the boy. It'll be Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns in a rematch.
Larry,
I think that's probably what's gonna happen. But y'all, the little mark inside of me really wants to see Jey Uso take the belt off of Roman.
Wait, should it be Jimmy or Jay?
Whichever one was the one that had to stay while the other one had a DUI and when this whole shit even started, that little one.
Jay's the one questioning. He's the one in the belly shirt questioning.
He's always been the one.
Yeah, dude, I wish that the arc of this story, they would swerve us and be like, oh no, remember this? Well, now here's your reckoning.
Oh, I love that.
Funny you say that. Last night, Larry, they made emphasis again on Jey Uso, speaking with Sami Zayn. Why are you speaking with Sami Zayn? Why are you
that was so good. Time a day? That was the best part of SmackDown, by the way, or Raw.
It's still not done.
Sean, that was the best part of Raw. And then Jimmy yelled at Jay and said, "Oh, why are you talking to Sami Zayn?" And then when Sami came back in, what are you doing? What's this hand signal mean?
That's what Solo Sikoa did to.
Solo's the man.
Jimmy, say nah.
But
let him talk about his boy. Let him talk about his boy.
You know what was so dope is when Sami, after talking to the Usos, walked back into the locker room and Matt Riddle was punishing KO, just talking his ear off. And KO, they had the same situation. He was mad at Sami. He goes, dude, I've been talking to this guy all night. All night. And then he's like, where have you been? And I just thought that was such a good, okay, I hate that they've added Matt Riddle, but the storyline in its fibers still has the same, great entertainment and attention to detail. And now they're getting inside the Usos' heads. Sammy's talking to them. Now Kevin's talking to them. And then you know what they did? They finished it up with Matt Riddle being like, yo, bro, I know what you've been feeling, bro. And Sammy's like, dude, what are you talking about? How could you possibly know what I'm feeling? He's like, well, I don't know if you remember, bro, but I teamed with Randy Orton, and every week everyone's telling me that Randy Orton's going to RKO me, and he's not, and he's just my bro, and everything's cool, bro. And then, Sammy goes wow, that's great advice. And so I hated that they were just including Matt Riddle in this. But with Sammy and Kevin and just their way, it's intoxicating me all over again.
They are the way.
I've got news for y'all. Riddle's really good.
I know he is.
He really gets it.
I know.
So whatever his fucking deal is, whatever they tell him to do, he's probably gonna knock it out of the park with his partner.
Yeah.
Right now it's a spinoff. Right now the story is put on hold. So what do you do when you really want to watch a series and the people know that you're going to keep putting money into it? They give you a little series to watch. Here's a YouTube with 15 minutes every episode, every Tuesday. You know what? You're going to tune in because when that season of what you really want to watch is back, you have all the salt, all the tomatoes, and everything else that goes into that soup to make it great.
Tomatoes.
Good soup.
Tomato soup. That's how we do it.
That's it.
Well said, Sean.
All right, I think we're done. I think we're done for the night. Next week, tune in for our auction of legacy items. All four of us will be auctioning off legacy items. The star of the show, the main event, of course, being Larry's Fight Club catering jacket that he wore on the set with Ed Norton and Brad Pitt as one of the extras.
I actually ate WWE catering in that jacket.
Well, there you go.
Real quick. I'm going to show mine.
No.
And I don't care if you don't want me to. I'm going to do it.
Wow. Unauthorized.
Right here is a card that I designed for Billy Gunn myself. It was printed and all that. And the man signed it. He signed a bunch for me. So this will be available next week. Make sure you're here.
Wow.
Same bully time, same bully place. Legacy items.
Legacy items for auction, a complete reaction to the mainstream WWE draft, more Brian propaganda concerning protrusions, contusions, and everything that Rob Black thinks now resides in Brian's brain.
Yep. Brian is XPW'd out.
He's drinking the juice.
He's drinking the juice. And you know what? It's because of you, Larry. Larry, I'll let you close the show. Do you have any final thoughts or final ideas to share? It's your time, brother.
Brother.
All I got to say is the next thing for me is probably going to be on May 6th. Super Crazy Wrestling is doing a show. I don't know what it's called, but the last ICW show I did, No Holds Barred 40, the promoter of the building was like, "You've got to come do a show for us." And I was like, "Well, pay me and I'll come." And they gave me the date and I got it off. So May 6th, I'll be debuting for Super Crazy Wrestling. I've been in the building a lot of times, but I've never wrestled for them. They actually lost that building that No Holds Barred 40 was in. So that's it. That's all I really got to close it out with. A plug for the next time you can see me doing it live.
Hey, and until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. And always make sure to trust the only people in the world that you can trust. Your friends right here. Ringside Sean, Bad Take Bry, Larry Legend, and myself, PK, the Blvd Bullies. Until next time, bye-bye! Oh my God, Larry, you're so right. What about our enemies? And to all our enemies, die slow. Bye-bye!
Bullies.